you do that? How did you do that? Did you think it was? On level, please go around.
How you doing, people? Welcome to the stream. I'm a little bit late. A little bit. Not much. I had a plan. I've forgotten. Forget it. We'll go in with that. Who have we got? Let's have a look at the stream, people. We've got Maureen on YouTube. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. And we've also got on Twitch, Gravy, Greg, 3, Dimsy, Buddha, Trevelyan, Spicy, Glenn. See, some of these words, if you put them together, they sound really funny. All right, so we've got Greg Gravy and Spicy Glenn. They're 4 different names. Fless, Lonely Girl, David, Lena. Fless with a resub for 33 months on the bounce. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry, I got stuff all over my desk I cannot fucking see. Ryder, Flame Dragon, Rob, Pauline, Dark, Spikes, Sabrina, Halfway to Nowhere, Scordilia's early today. Cobra and Tink. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm a little bit late because I fucking cut myself, which hopefully you can't see on stream. I think a spot, but it's right on the fucking side of the lip. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna be on stream bleeding, but I think I've covered it. So if it's bright red, tough. Now you know why. Let's press a ninja button or something to be excited. How about that? Oh man, you know what? It's cold outside, but it's hot in here because this room is horrendously small. Angie, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Titus Star. That was close. Nearly said what it looks like. It's Titus, I'm assuming. Alex, Mind Distortion, Gnome. Revolt, how you doing? Welcome to the streams. You like stuff and things in ESO? Yeah, me too. So, the video... It's one of those streams. Get rid of my belt. For the new Arcanist build is going to be coming next week. Unless I get it done tomorrow. Actually, no, that will still be next week. So if I get the recording done tomorrow, it'll be on early access for Patreon for 2 days, which means it will then officially be released on Monday. That actually works out. So, if tomorrow goes to plan, you're looking at Monday for YouTube. If not, possibly Wednesday. Even though Wednesday's my day off and Sunday's my birthday, so those 2 days are going to be none of that stuff. You're looking around that sort of time, so a very few amount of days. Speaking of spicy, how you doing, Lonely Girl? I don't need to use this character anymore, do I? You don't need to see any more spoilers yet, because the rest of it's not actually here. The rest of it is done on another platform where you can't see stuff. So, let's sell some things to the merchant. Oh, do you want to see big booms? Check this out. Wrong house. I need to go in Claw's house. Oh, fuck it. We'll do it another time. Right. Merchant. I'm sure I had merchants in here. How have I not got merchants in here? What a dumbass. This house has not been messed with at all, by the way, just in case that was confusing. This is the house that isn't really used. I've chucked all this Daedric stuff in here. As you can see, look. This is all the stuff that came in a pack. Didn't know what to do with it, so I chucked it. Fuck it. I'll come back to it later. Music box is deafening. Shut up. Excellent. True Time, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Gutter Life, also welcome. Do you do your own decorating? Yes. Yes, I do. Why would I have someone else touch my stuff? Remember the conversation we had before about would you have a clone? No, I would kill it. Because you're not allowed to touch my shit. So, yes, I do all my own decorating, including chucking all that stuff in the corner. Is that what happens when you get really good at ESO? Like, other people do your house for you? You hire a cleaner or some shit like that? Original Jack, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Zai, Angie, how you doing? I said hi already. ESO interior decorators make mad gold. They do, and that's why they can't do it in my house, because they don't have my gold. I have to use it all on potions. Some people pay for it, just thought I would ask. No! Nope. Not for me. Although, those of you that make money out of it, well done. Can you recommend me some DPS for a trial, and only PvE? Every single build on the channel, unless stated otherwise, is specifically designed for all PvE content. So they can do trials too. So put YouTube in the chat, or website, either one of the two, and there's a fuck ton of builds there, go nuts. If you're looking for something specific though, class-wise, so I can give you a more direct link. Keeks, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Look at you with golden star. Only 2 people have that star, by the way. That is a golden ninja star, and you can get it for 500,000 bits, which is a fucking insane amount. Excuse me, my lip is still leaking. I know that's gross, but I mean, we're all humans, it happens. Except for some of you. Some of you aren't. Some of you have special talents, like, No, we won't go there. We'll leave Facebook and Reddit out of it. Let's swap characters. Mike Macon, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Speaking of people that are not quite fully human. Mr. Macon is here. Do we have... You know what? Well... I can't make my mind up. Maybe I should try and remake Nature's Bounty. I don't think I got the transmutes for it, though. Probably don't. I moved my gear around all over the place over the last year, doing stuff and things, and now I don't even think I have the stuff I need. Fuck knows. No self-promote. And you can promote Mike. You can put Mike in the chat. Vax, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm fucking tired, dude. I crashed for like, I want to say 10 minutes, but it's probably longer earlier. I sat there and I was doing ever so well, and then all of a sudden just gone. Out. Like a piggy noise. I made him a high elf. That was for the purpose of the DPS version of it. I don't have another warden. I might have to race change it again. You don't have to, but fuck that character. We'll deal with that later. Peanut Butter Burrito, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Where's Punk Bag? He's already set up. Evens Eye Ninjas. Mark JPVVA, how you doing? I'll press the ninja button for all the people that just joined again. Yeah. You're getting champion points at an accelerated rate. How exciting. I don't even know how many I've got. Some. Right. This dude also has stuff to sell. You. What do I do? Do I go get transmutes? Or do we hit the archive again? Did you see the post today by Zos showing how many hours have been used in the Infinite Archive in the last month? Like 1.5 million hours. I'm almost convinced, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost convinced at least 1 million of those hours are mine. I mean, if we calculate it accurately, like 1 month, and then how many hours exist in that 1 month, I think it's 1 million. I think it is. Could be slightly off there, but only by 1 or 2. Yes. Drakarf, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I have been in there more than it's unhealthy to do. Between you and Mike, you reckon? I think it's probably close. It'll be interesting, actually, to find out how many people could roughly calculate how many hours they've put into that so far, without being, obviously, over-dramatic like I just was just then. To see how many overall ninjas have put into it. Because I think it's a lot. Excuse me. Good evening, Zion Ninjas. Shady McMilkman, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. TG Bambina, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. That's my kind of math. It's accurate, isn't it? It's accurate. There is definitely at least 1 million hours in 4 weeks. And if you don't believe me, Google it. And if you find the wrong answer on Google, don't worry. Because you just found out that not everything on the internet is true. So, they're wrong, not you. My total hours in Infinite Archive is 10 minutes. Those aren't hours. That's a fraction of an hour. Or a small part of it. But close, Slayer Demon. Whereabouts in the UK from? In Manchester over there? Nice. You're quite a way away, actually. I'm in Costadell, Norfolk. In sunny Norwich. That's a joke, by the way, for anyone that is overseas. It's not sunny in the slightest. My fence is down. It's windy and rainy and miserable and shit. So there. Shady got a shout out as well. Nice. I need transmute stones badly, apparently. So we are going to probably ignore that and just go back into the archive again. Do I go in there? Mike, put a poll up for me, please. Dungeon or Infinite Archive? Blasphemy, the internet never lies. Exactly. That's what I said, isn't it? Or the other way around. That's got people scratching their heads like, what did he really say? Does he remember? Do we remember? Who am I? What Tuesday is this? Oh, it's not. It's Friday. Costadell, Norfolk, love it, mate. See, you have to have a good sense of humor because you're from Manchester. Actually, I speak on comms on a very regular basis from a couple of people from Manchester. And they have a good sense of humor, so you have to as well. Otherwise, you break the stereotype. UK, where the sun sets at 3 p.m., right? Dungeons. That's not a poll. The poll is at the top. Right, okay, I'll explain to the people at the back. Everyone at the back, can you hear me? You over there, with the hat. Yeah. He's here again. He's talking. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Right. A poll, you can't hear me. Don't ignore him. A poll is where a question comes up and you get to tick a box of your preference. You get to tick it. So if you pick the one you want, the bar will move, and then I don't have to read people typing it in chat over and over and over because that doesn't make the bar move. Oh, you got it now? Ah, brilliant. We got it, people. That one person that didn't understand at all, got it. VVH, that's not an option, Drakarf. Let's try. To be fair, I had to close that app to get the pill to pop up. Pop. Ah. It's so difficult. Wow. Sorry, I haven't been around. Never apologize. I can't believe you just dropped money on the stream while I was trying to insult someone at the back of the room. You know who you are. Keeks, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so bloody much. Hopefully you had a good New Year's Eve, as everybody else obviously did. And, you're a fucking nutter. Thank you very much. You was here? You were here. Were you lurking? Lurking and working? Trials is not an option, Shady. Okay, so everyone reckons dungeon except for that one guy that doesn't know how to do a poll. I was just too sick to type. Okay, fair. I remember someone mentioned the spellcrafting being a thing this year in ESO. That dude is probably right. They must just be cooking spellcrafting chapter. Yeah, they also said it last year and the year before that, the year before that, and also the year before that, and actually 2 years before that as well. Math all you like? That's accurate. We'll see what happens. Because guess what? If Zos hasn't said it, it hasn't been announced. And if it hasn't been announced, it's not real yet. Here's the thing, though. If people... ESO noob, how you doing? If people constantly go on about something that's painfully obvious, at some point in time, by default, that individual will be correct, and then they can shout, I told you so. It's really, 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 really weak info sharing. So don't worry. Whoever that person was, just ignore them. They're going to keep shouting it until it happens, and they're going to go, see, told you! Fuck them. Wasn't a whole thing about 2014, but it dropped it, I believe, so you never know. You never know. That's actually true. That's a more accurate statement. You never know. They might add it one day. Correct. But when someone goes, they're going to nerf Arcanist on week 1, they didn't. They're going to nerf it on week 2, they didn't. They're going to nerf it on 6 months, they didn't. They're going to nerf it at some point, and then eventually a skill gets changed. They go, see, told you since day 1. That day 1 dickhead is never going to shut up. So just dismiss them. Fuck them. Forspoken, how you doing? Witchcraft? That is exactly what they do. It's definitely witchcraft. I voted in the poll, but I couldn't help being a wise ass. I didn't expect anything less. It's fine. As long as we understood where you were in the room and we got there. How does the champion point system work now? I just got it unlocked. So, there's a video about that, actually. Put champion points in the chat, or CP, or champion. I don't remember the command for it. But I'll go over it very briefly. I can't do this for absolutely everyone because it will be a very long stream, but basically you get points. You get a blue one, a red one, and a green one, blue one, red one, and green one, whatever order that is in, on rotation. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These yellow ones, or white ones, depending on your eyes, are passive. So you get them, you don't do anything with them, they just sit there and increase your stats. Every single character in the entire game can use every single one of those once you unlock them. Some are in different trees, some are out in the middle, some unlock other things. But you want to get these as soon as possible, obviously. Outside of that, look at the top of the screen. There are 3 different colors, 4 gems in each one. Those are called slottables. You can pick 4 of any of these shiny ones here and put them up there. You can only slot 4 at a time, so you got to make wise decisions or unwise ones, whichever floats your boat. That's for the blue stuff. So this is all damagey, healy, and protective-y stuff. Then you've got red ones. They play exactly the same. You've got the yellow ones, which are passive. And then you've got slottables that you put in, and you pick 4. And you can swap them around whenever you want. I'll get to that in a minute. And the same for the green tree. The green tree has loads of yellow ones, which are passive. You keep them forever. And the green ones, you pick 4 and slot them. Now, green ones are 100% quality of life. Red ones are more sustainability and crowd control. And the blue ones are damagey, healy, protective-y. So you need to put 4 slottables from each tree at the top, and the rest you just build up as you go. You can swap these out. Now, this is the difference between having a lot of champion points and having fuck all. If you have a low amount, you can only slot 4. Obviously, everyone can do that. But once you've got your passives and your 4 slottables, you've got no more points, so you can't use them. If you've got more, it doesn't make you stronger at all. Not 1 ounce. What it offers you is the possibility to buy more, so you can swap them out when you want for free. If you don't have more champion points to swap them out, then you can simply reset them by being charged 3k gold. That's the only difference. So let's say, for argument's sake, you're at 1700 champion points, and for your particular build, you've got all your passives, and you've got every single slottable filled for each tree. So your green ones, your blue ones, and your red ones. So you've got 4 in each one, and you've got loads and loads of spare stuff, right? Let's say, for argument's sake, you're at 1.7, and that's all you need. That's not the accurate number, but let's just argue it. You, if you want to swap this for this, will be charged for swapping them out. But if you have more points, you don't get charged for swapping them out because you can just buy them and switch them. That's literally the only difference. So the difference between someone of 1.7k and someone with 3,600 is one of you gets charged 3k gold to swap stuff, the other one doesn't. So if someone's sitting there looking at you going, well, I've got nearly 2k more champion points than you, so I'm better. No, you're not better.
Drinks all around.
You just don't get charged for swapping. It lasts forever. It lasts forever for the creative. It does. Arcanist is great, to be honest. I can't really complain about the class this year. There's always going to be power creep with new classes. Have fun while it lasts. I mean, the term power creep doesn't really mean what people think it means when it comes to ESO. What people mean is inevitably, obviously, you'll get stronger and the content will get weaker. Technically speaking, that's not how ESO is designed, because what they do is they base the enemies all around the same level and you scale to them rather than them scaling to you. So that is not necessarily as much of an issue. What the issue is a skill creep. Think about that. So basically what will happen is players will get better at the mechanics that they are now more familiar with than they were when it was new. And because they're more familiar with it, it becomes easier for them. So the more skill you gain, the easier the content gets, the more that information spreads, the more people learn the same things, and the faster it becomes default that people find that is well easy versus, oh my god, that's really difficult. Do you think it might get another combat attribute in ESO? I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's champion points in a nutshell. You've got some yellow ones, which are passives. They stay with you forever. And you've got 4 slottables in each tree. Pick whichever ones you want to support your build. If you want to swap them out, it's going to cost you to reset. If you have more champion points, it's not. On the Twitch, YouTube just being a knob. Fair enough, Vax. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's YouTube doing? Is it breaking? Bear in mind, for those that don't know, I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at exactly the same time. I need a DPS, and a healer, or a DPS, and a DPS. Whisper me in-game. Matematic, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the resub. We have a new Dragonborn, people. Let's go. Someone gave me Ignis Shield. You know the rules. People to fight starts again from scratch. If you kill the Dragonborn, you'll take their place to stream. I have to kill you instead. Thank you very much. Pad63, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Bicep Man 5002, thank you for the link for the car. I was driving in that earlier, doing brum brum stuff. Actually, I backfired near someone who was trying to be a shit canoe, and I nearly fucking... I thought they were going to have a heart attack. That's fucking made me jump. It was loud. I'm the Dragonborn, bring it. See, Dragonborn, never scared. King Viper, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, someone was trying to be a... Bicep Man 5002. Yes. I got it. Or do I have to say 5002? No? I said it correctly. At least I think I did. Did I? Yes, I did. Oh, when you squint at the screen, by the way, that's when you get your glasses face on. You don't need binoculars. You just do this. Really seriously. I need 2 deeps and a healer, or 3 deeps. I don't give a fuck which, but if we don't have a healer, you are responsible for your own survivability. We're going to do dungeons randomly because I need transmute stones. That's a deeps. We've got the mighty Adrea joining us, which is mega. White Tiger, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Notice, by the way, I didn't ask you for your setup, your class, your level. I don't give a fuck. You have to be of, obviously, vet access, so you need to be over 50, but outside of that, don't give a shit. Wing. No, I'm not at home yet. Oh, no, you can't get in first. Rip. That's a joke, by the way. This is actually going to be the Infinite Archive version, isn't it? So I need to swap that out. Where have we gone? Grasshopper. Did I save this? Please tell me I saved it. That's an old one. In fact, let's save. Let's save this one. Fuck it, we'll overwrite it. Actually, no, I've got crowns. Where have you gone? Additional character slot? No. Hey, you put me in the wrong thing. Upgrades. Armory slot. Outfit. Alliance stuff. Race change. Where the fuck have you gone? Don't tell me, I'll find it. I've gone past it, haven't I? Yes, I have. I knew that. I knew that. Now we can save it. I have like 7 slots on my main character. Save, build. Don't equip it. Save it. Beautiful. Now we can equip this one. Because that's... correct. You want to equip this? Yes. And like magic, my character has changed. Ah. And now he looks like... the wrong character. Because you're supposed to have a different costume on. Appearance. No, no, no. Character. They all have their own costume, and it didn't save that. That's for the other one. We need another deeps and a healer, or 2 deeps. PlayStation EU, we're going to do random dungeons. If you're scared, don't be. Typhus, go away. Also, check out this dude. Look at the wicked rat. That is from the Infinite Archive. That is the pet you unlock. Spoilers. Do you think we might get... I've read that one already. So it calls for aid, get stuck in ninjas. Imagine. Oh, I wish I could play in that group, and then you never offer when it happens. Juggalo! Heal but have to swap. Okay. Bless. That's useless. Tell me when you're ready. Juggalo is in the chat, people. Thank you very much for the resub. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. 6 months with a Prime sub. You could have saved that Prime sub for any stream in the world, but you used it here. Does that mean you like it, or you just don't care about your sub? Answer that carefully. The beacons of Xynode are lit. Is that what we... Yes. Yes, Matt. They are. And you also got hit by someone. You got hit by a sub. How do you feel about that? Lena is on deeps. Bear in mind, without doxing the fuck out of them, Fless and Lena are in the same house. Check your Wi-Fi. Because if one of you goes down, the other's going down with them. I've seen this happen before.
Finish him.
Fless is ready? Okay, let's go. I just invited you. He did the invite-y thing. You're book wizard. I don't know what you are. Let's go. Activity finder, dungeon finder, random vet. Pray for us. Rather give it to you than than somebody else. Fair enough. Zona calls phrase, get stuck in ninjas. Just logged into EU last night. Didn't know it was different from NA. Started on a new character. Thought I would have the same characters because it's the same count. No. Servers are different. They are different locations. Much like if you throw a ball over there, it's not here anymore because that's a different place. Icereach in the chat if you want the guide for this. The All About Mechanics series does have an episode for it, and there's a written guide as well, and it's on the add-on, and you can find all the stuff there. Have you lot done hard mode before? Drea, I'm assuming yes. Fless and Lena, I think maybe. Fless has. Lena's not responding. Who's that? I have no idea whatsoever. I do, because I do this as a job. I'm supposed to know that. No and no. Okay, brilliant. Good. So if you learn all the mechanics along the way, you know all the mechanics on the last boss. Simple as that. Let's go. Whee! Boing. So for those of you that have no idea, there are things in this game, or I say things, I call them breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs mechanics, where the game basically teaches you stuff that you're going to need to know later. Generally speaking, that's a mechanic with an ad or something quite obvious. In here, however, it's the bosses. Every boss is a breadcrumb mechanic. Also, I feel really weird using a couple of these skills now, so I'm going to dump that for the time being and go with this. Is that the right one? Hasn't even morphed. Whoops. Because I swapped them out. We'll have that. I've been using the Infinite Archive one for so long. I just swap out a couple of skills. Let's go! Yep, started a new EU tune the other day. DPS so far, not sure what I want to do with her yet. High Elf Sork. Don't say High Elf in front of Mike, he'll have a fucking baby. He can do that. He doesn't like them. At all. I mean, that's kind of his problem, but he's got the hammer. Come here, please. Oops, I forgot. Sorry, Mike. That can go there. I don't need the other hit on me because we've got a healer today. Even Zion Ninjas. So, this boss is quite simple. If you see an Arcanist coming out of the ground, take the boss over to it, let him smack him in the face, he'll disappear. If not, you have to deal with him. Watch, that's the mechanic, see? Breadcrumbs. Done. Now you know what to do. Outside of that, when he enrages, you must not get hit by him. So, keep the fuck away, basically. Nice and simple. It's really weird playing the same character in a different way. See that? That's what you need to put on the icicle. That big heavy attack there. Apart from that, if you're the tank, when he enrages, try and keep him in a nice tight circle so that he stays inside the DPS. As you can see, I'm trying to keep him kind of circling. He's not facing the group because I'm going to keep on top of it. But I need to keep him where the damage is. Where's Icy Boy? I haven't got one yet. Ah, there he is. This thing over here. Now, bear in mind, there is a difference to this mechanic. Sleggy, thank you very much. Beer and Cake in the chat. You're an absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. For the resub, that is. So, as you saw then, he just splattered the icicle. If you don't splat the icicle, he gets up, you got to kill it. But in the Infinite Archive, that's different. In the Infinite Archive, you can actually still kill the icicle with his heavy attack, even if it is fully formed. That's it. I'm a tank. It's great watching you do this. Hopefully that helped. Because lots of people try to just stand there in front of the heavy attack. When he's going red, don't get hit. But you don't want to run to Gratwood. You want to run in a nice tight circle. So it's enough distance for him to not hit you, but it's also enough distance for you to angle it so he can go around in a circle and stay in the dots. Nothing more infuriating in that fight than a tank that runs around in fucking really large circles, so you have to keep putting your deeps down on the ground again. There's a lot of duration-based damage over time. Yep, damage over time, duration, you get it. That doesn't need to keep being recasted because of its resource cost. It will just negatively impact you over time. So the more helpful you can be to your group in that scenario, the better. This way. Come here, please. I am going to put Bone Shield on, actually, because I think you might need it. I don't need the interrupt, really. Where have you gone? Just in case we get in trouble. I'm a tanks. I've read that one already. Have also announced the annual live stream date yet, as usually this month. They have said January. Everything else, you'll have to keep an eye on social media. Mine, mine, mine. Evens are ninja. How you doing, Eagles? Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna press the ninja button for you. So remember, the first boss was the first breadcrumb mechanic. If you understand that, you understand how to deal with the first witch. You do exactly the same. Someone was moved from my ignore list. Why are people being removed from my ignore list, Sony? Did someone delete? Ah, maybe they deleted their game. Or maybe they've deleted their account. So, maybe they got banned off of the PlayStation Network. Let's fix that with a reload UI. Reload UI. If a skill reads X damage over Y seconds, it's damage over time. Yes. Anything that's a duration. Only one can hope. Yeah, indeed. That's happened quite a bit recently. Either they've changed the amount of people on the list, or people have been banned. Or deleted their account. Don't step in, stupid. Now this is really simple. There are stranglers that will appear in the room. Someone will be on fire. That person who is on fire needs to go over to the strangler and thaw it out. If you don't, you're screwed. However, you can cleanse the fire effect, which you do not want to do. If you cleanse it, then nobody is going to thaw this thing out over here. That is doing the thing. And it hits really hard. That is an incredibly important mechanic for boss number 2 when it comes to the witch. Fire means look for a strangler and thaw the bastard out. Otherwise, you can't kill it. And it will wreck the group, basically. Now, on the last boss, if the second witch is not currently attackable, you can cleanse it. Because there's no stranglers coming. Stranglers only come on the second boss. Oh man, pretty much. Kill it in the face. So, the sooner you learn that mechanic and act on it, the better. Because if you take too long, you're just going to die to fire. And other people in the room are going to get spat out by stranglers. I got my Hallows Huster Vatran chosen using your no pet lazy sork build. Great stuff. Nice! You were using the OG easy sork. Glad you're enjoying it and congratulations. Well done. Oh shit. Careful. Don't run away from stuff. It's really difficult for tanks to pull stuff if you run away. If it's chasing you, come to me. That's a basic rule to apply for any DPS or healer. Depends on the situation, obviously, but you can dodge, you can break, you can block, you can do all that stuff if you want to. But basic rule of thumb, the tank has resources too. If you expect them to play their role effectively, do yours as well. You're supposed to be hitting stuff, not running to Gratwood. If you do accidentally end up with aggro, bring it in, the tank can take it off you. Otherwise, you're making the tank run away from its pre-made stack, and that makes things much more difficult for you in the long run anyway. So imagine I stack 5 enemies here, and they're perfect, and one person is all the way over there near the wall, running down the stairs. If you expect me to go get that, I'm going to have to split this pack up and fuck up all the work I've just put in. Don't do that. I haven't played ESO in 3 years, now I'm getting the itch, as you should. Dude, it's fucking mega. Mechanic number 3. Again, these are breadcrumb mechanics. This is the only dungeon that does this. Every dungeon has breadcrumb mechanics in their ads and their trash pulls, but this is the only one that does it with the bosses, because all 4 bosses are present on the last fight. Now, technically speaking, this guy isn't, but the elements of the fight are. So the ads that appear in the room, that's what you got to look out for. OG Laser Sorg, is that the one with a massive mag pull? Yes, massive mag pull. Well, depending on what you consider massive, like 40-ish, something like that. So ads will spawn from these little thingies. Ujima flips. And skeletons will come out. The skeletons will tether themselves to you. The tank cannot taunt them. Cannot. I repeat, cannot. They are untauntable. So what you need to do is get close and they can pin them. They can be CC'd, but they cannot be taunted. So if you're running around the room screaming with your head cut off, shouting from your, I don't know how the fuck that voice works, voice. Oh my god, get it off me. Good luck. Why is it every time I'm on stream there's a helicopter above my head? Fuck off, it wasn't me. I'm probably even better now with Open Soul. No, the game has been made better overall just because of the way it's progressed. The Open Soul stuff is nothing to do with it and everything to do with the way that you choose to play. Which, again, choice has always been a very large contributing factor to the design of the overall game. Like, you can choose to play how you want, it's just that people were too scared to try. Good job, we've got me in here telling people to fuck off. If you listened to every shit canoe on Facebook about what you are and aren't allowed to do, there'd be a lot less players. And then people could legitimately say, everyone's quit. But no, far from it. People are starting to understand the tagline after 10 years. Boing! High elf face, high elf voice. What? Never mind. If you're talking to each other, because that was confusing there. If you're talking to each other, tag each other. I do read every single message that I see, YouTube and Twitch, if I can help it. If you're having a conversation between yourselves, that is great, but I don't need to read it. So tag each other. King of the World section. Hello, sir. How are you today? Not too bad. Quick question. Infinite Archive, any verses and buffs at world skills that are... What are those? Anything that's under the world skills section. So if you go to here, skills, world skills. Anything under here. At the moment, this character doesn't have too many, but there's a few. Soul Magic, Shijic Order, that kind of stuff. Vampire, Werewolf. Mike's already got that one in there. Was Shijic there, or was it a guild? No, that is in there. That ad needs to die. Horrible little bastards. Did they just run away? I read that one already. Chest! I don't have the skills to unlock it. I mean, I could if I was lucky, but I wasn't. Don't you love it when you see a chest and someone goes, hey, I'll get it, and they run over to it really, really fast, and you're going, oh, I thought they were going to break the lock. I didn't think they were going to do it manually, for fuck's sake. Any tips on how to level ledge main tree in the world? Yes, unlock treasure chests. Don't break them. If you break them, you don't get XP. If you unlock it, you get 1,000 XP. Outside of that, sell stuff to the Thieves Guild vendors. If you sell stuff to them and pickpocket, that will be quite fast. So the more dodgy gear you flog and the more pockets you pick, the quicker it will be. But if you see a chest, unlock it manually. You'll get the full XP for it. If you just break it, then you'll get nothing. I've actually done entire streams on pickpocketing, believe it or not. Watched some of your videos today, and now I'm hooked, just downloading the game. Nice, Rob! Welcome to the stream, by the way, and thank you very much for watching the videos. Much appreciated. Which ones did you watch? Caught. I got there, don't worry. I know what you meant before I'd even said it. I kind of deciphered it and still read it out loud anyway. my horn. You have to do that. It makes you cooler, by the way. People on the internet really do think that. So this boss as well, another breadcrumb mechanic. This is the 4th one. Tank, if you want this build, put Immortal in the chat. Actually, that might send you to the Infinite Archive one. Mike! You might need a link for that one. Technically speaking, they're the same tank, but one's slightly different to the other, because the other one's designed specifically for that place, whereas this one is for everything. The other one can be used in everything, but it's more perfected for that particular place. Why are you hiding behind a cupboard? Ooh, melon basket. That's why. People that don't know anything about the game are like, oh, what melons for? I'm just excited about nothing, don't worry. That's how you catch people out. Do you have any tips on putting a build together? You expect me to answer how I do my job? That's going to be a long answer. Especially when combining sets, what to look for. There are so many sets. It's quite overwhelming to find 2 that can be tailored to one's idea. So that's extremely broad, and unfortunately I can't really give you a straight answer, because that's part and parcel of what I do for a full-on job. There's a lot. There's a lot to consider, especially when it comes to designing different things for different purposes. I think you underlined it in the first place. It's quite overwhelming. It can be. So have an idea of what you would like to do with your character first. If you have no fucking clue, then it's going to be really difficult. But if you have an idea of what you're looking for, then you've already put in place your limited constraints to some extent, and you can go from there. You want some insights. It's still really broad. There are billions of possibilities. Right, before I pull this boss, I'm going to hit the hard mode button. This is for the audience, not just the people in the group, because this isn't comms. I'm talking to the audience. I know they'll hear me, though, later. It's delayed. 4 bosses. 1, obviously the first one. 2, obviously the second one. 3, obviously the third one. And 4, obviously the 7th one. Yes, I did that on purpose to see how many people at the back of the room are listening. 1, 2, 3, and 4, because that's the order that you fight them to start with. If anyone calls them north, south, east, and west, good luck for that on console, because your compass has disappeared. And also stop trying to make things difficult, you absolute canoe. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Easy. First one. First boss mechanics. You have a giant. Kill the bastard. If he's enraged, don't get in front of him. That's it. Second boss. Stranglers. That's the sign language for stranglers, by the way. This. If you're on fire, thaw it out and kill it. Third one. Ads. Kill them. 4th one. Lightning dude. Kill him. So, giant, stranglers, ads, lightning. After the first lap, you need to interrupt them all. And then you'll randomly be given 1, 2, 3, or 4. And that's all you need to know. Whichever one you get, fight it accordingly the same way as you just did. If you are lucky enough to never get the second one, number 2. If you're lucky enough to never get that, you can cleanse the fire. But if you actually have to attack her right now, if she's available to basically kill, because they have a bubble on them, do not cleanse. Because you might get the fire, you might accidentally cleanse it, and now you can't thaw out the strangler. So if the number 2 boss is the current boss you are hitting, cleansers are off the table. But if she's covered in a bubble, you're safe. That's it. Giant, stranglers, ads, lightning. Rinse, repeat. Over and over and over. Don't focus the boss. You can take as long as you want on these individual bosses, but make sure you deal with the mechanics. So if you do kill her really fast, and the giant isn't dead, you now got to deal with 2 mechanics at once. Basically as simple as that. High Times with a sub. Thank you very much. So here's the giant. As you can see, she is attackable bull, and the rest are inactual bubbable bulls. That hurt. Thank you very much. So we need to kill that, not her. There are winds and stuff you need to avoid. Don't run through each other, because if you do, you'll kill each other like noobs. If you are on fire and number 2 is not your current boss, you can cleanse it. Outside of that, do not. I do not want to be hit by him because he is enraged. Remember, he hits harder. Beautiful. And what do we do with the skellies? Apart from bring them to the tank. That's right, we bring them to the tank. There's nothing else you need to do. So that's number 1. Watch the fire, watch the winds, don't dance near each other. Number 2, stranglers. Whoever's on fire, thaw the fuckers out. Mind the winds, obviously, because that's a pain in the ass to deal with. Whoever's on fire, thaw it out. You do want to get her down fairly quickly. But obviously, the sooner the stranglers are down, the better. I'm on fire. Cleansers are on the table. But don't stand near anyone who is on fire. Number 3. Easy. Ads. Deal with the ads. They're all around the room. I'll bring them in as much as I can. Watch out for the winds. The witches will still try and hit you, so careful. You can't, as you can see there, you can't actually taunt them. They don't listen. But the taunt does work afterwards. Cast, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're teaching the audience how to do this boss. Number 4, Lightning Dude. Yes, they overlap if you kill the boss too quickly. Lena didn't pay attention to the fire and stood on Adrea's face. So, listen, don't do dumbs. This is for the audience. First of all, stop running around with that skeleton. Remember, come to the tank. If someone is on fire and you stand next to them, you will also be on fire. Stop running away with that ad, Fless. You need to learn that one. That ad cannot be taunted. I already told you. Oh, shit. Lightning boy got me. The lightning warrior is not being killed right now. That's a problem. That skeleton debuffs you. It puts a beam on you. You're going to die. You need to bring that to me. Now we've got overlap. Which is fine. We can still live. Need to interrupt all the ads. Get down, Lightning Warrior. Okay, number 2. You teach? I do. Apparently. You need to thaw that out. Fless, pay attention. It's important that you stick to those mechanics. Running around the room will just delete you because the game doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. It actually really doesn't care. I'm panicking! Nobody cares. Don't be dead. If you're on fire, stand near a strangler and kill it. If you see someone else who's on fire, get the fuck away from them. Beautiful placement of those skellies. Thank you very much. Remember, don't run away from it. Bring it to me. You can't outrun it. It's tethered to you. It loves you muchly. Watch almost all the build videos, and I'm thinking Dragon Knight looks fun. You watch all the videos? There's like fucking 200. Number 4. What's number 4, people? People in the chat, what are we going to do on number 4? Remember, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They have 4 different individual mechanics. Outside the small stuff that's with it. Don't stand behind me, dude. That's really dumb. Lena, stop panicking. Don't stand behind the tank. Ever. Bash. Lightning Dude. No, Beaker, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Correct, White Tiger. Number 3 is what? What's number 3, people? Do you know? Can you figure it out all by yourselves? If you got a cleanse, that'd be great. If not, don't worry. Just stay the fuck away from me. Number 3 is ads. You got it. Do the bashy stuff again. You haven't pushed him. Ah, there we go. Now he's down. Number 1. What's number 1, people? This is an obvious one because he's about to be here. Come here. I'm on fire. Stay the fuck away from me. You come anywhere near me, you're gonna die. 1 is the giant. You got it. Come here, please. Stupid fucking wind. Remember, if you want that skeleton controlled, you gotta bring it in. Boss in the middle. Nuke the bitch. Get her dead. Mind the lightning. Mind the fire. And kill her. Kill her till she's dead. You actually almost no-def that. Ta-da! Now you understand all the mechanics. Bear in mind, 2 people in that room have never done it before, and there was some panic. If it wasn't for Lena being dead, they'd have gotten a speedrun hard mode, no death. First time. It's actually quite simple. One death is actually really good. Most people wipe there on repeat. So, number 1, Giant. Number 2, Stranglers. Number 3, Ads. Number 4, Lightning. In between that, you've got Skeletons, Wind, and Fire. Fire can never be cleansed unless this boss is not attackable. That's it. Any general tips to keep in mind for achieving Infinite Archive Arc Plus 5? I got to 353 in my first 2 tries, and now I want to gather some info on how to move forward. Thank you for answering the questions. Really appreciate it. Yes, there is a massive 2-hour-long all about mechanics video for the Infinite Archive, and there's a written guide as well, which is huge. Everything in there will be helpful in some way or another. Outside of that, it's a very broad question because it depends on what you're using, your skill level, and the RNGesus of the actual arena, because anything can happen at any time. So the Infinite Archive is your best bet there. There are timestamps if you want to go to specific information. Hopefully that helps. Wanderer, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hype indeed. Can we get a shout out for Nobika, please? Friday, more like Zyday, am I right? Did you make that all by yourself, Sean? How long have you been holding on for that for? Welcome to the stream, dude. Stand behind the tank and whisper sweet words in his ear. Don't do that. Don't do that. Tank doesn't like it. He does this, and he's got big elbows. That, by the way, was banging. Well fucking done. I'm going to press it. They actually one-banged hard mode. Follow it, just not a real command. Imagine that. Imagine just doing the mechanics and one-banging hard mode. How cool is that? Next. 2 more trials completed today's Eye, Sanctum Ophidia, and Sanity's Edge. Dude, Sanity's Edge is brilliant. Sanctum Ophidia is my favorite. Even though it's old, bro. Oh, we're not doing the cool stuff anymore. Sanctum Ophidia is still my favorite because that is literally the stepping stone of teaching people negative mechanics. By that, I mean things that you can do to kill other people. It's really important trial. Absolutely love it. Had some good fun this afternoon learning the mechanics. Nice. Love this one. And the healer get yell out at the first boss for not healing the one shot. Yeah, I love that when a stupid tank stands there and goes, oh, he's red. I bet I can take it. They can't. Technically speaking, almost Immortal Warrior can, but don't risk it. There's no point. Activity Finder, Dungeon Finder, Random Vet. Let's go again. Been playing for years and still haven't done a trial yet. Most people haven't. Volenfell. Oh my god. Most people haven't. The vast majority of players have never set foot in a dungeon, let alone a trial. That's a fact. I thought it was hysterical with the poison from ESO spread to the actual city. See, that was what people alleged to believe. It's not actually what happened. That came from another place in Craglorn, but it looked the same and it was funny. Yay! Fucking yeah! No! 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 Banned! Banned! Get out! You can wait in the corner. I hate this fucking dungeon. That's actually false. I don't hate it. I despise it. No, I'm joking. There is actually nothing wrong with this dungeon. The only issue is I get this way too much and it's become a bit of a fucking channel meme. People are like, haha, you're gonna get Volenfell again. Do you know why they said that, new people? Do you know why people say that? Because I tried to do a random dungeon and I got this fucking dungeon across 2 streams 7 times in a row. It was probably because it was the pledges. Thanks, Dad. Thank you for the explaining. No, that's not what happened. It just didn't like me. And it was randomly taunting me because Finn did it on purpose, I'm sure. Doesn't count as random then, but still, I think it's Finn's fault. Thank you for answering the questions. You're welcome. Where the fuck have you gone? No. There's an extra Zai aggro with the one from Finn. You're not wrong, Rav. You're not wrong. Also, if you want more XP and loot and stuff, there are actually enemies over here. Most people skip them, but you can kill them if you want, and we're going to kill them. Look at the resource management. What the fuck? Chains for days. And you're all taunted, all of you, because that's what chains actually do now, because they changed it. Yes, that's real history. That did happen. Look it up. There's a video. Boing. That'll do. Finn is just sitting in the dark room watching monitors of every player cackling with tended fingers like a super villain. You're not actually wrong. That room does exist. It's a true story. My god, it's Volenfell. Shut up, Smooch! I mean, hi. So Smooch is one of those that was here. She does know what happened. She was one of the ones that decided it was really funny to mock me for having 7 Volenfells in a row. And now she's happy about it, because I'm in here again. I can't win. That's what I get for making fun of people all the time. The audience just eventually take the piss out of me. That's what you get. Yeah, probably. This boss is quite simple for those that don't know. He's got a 2-hander, then he turns into a wizard, and then he turns into a gargly. Just kill him. He has heavy attacks. As a tank, you need to block it, obviously. As deep, you shouldn't be hit by it because the tank should be the one that's getting hit by it. Bong! Block that. That's it. Casanova, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Big circle of wizzy stuff. Obviously, watch your feet. When he turns into a flame wizard, pretty much the same sort of shit. Stay out of stupid, block the heavy. Just said the same thing after I come back from dinner. I saw it. Thank you for saying what I was thinking. Right? You were thinking Volenfell at the same time as someone else thought it, even though that's the title of the dungeon? Weird. It's really weird. That's spooky. I should put on a lottery ticket or something. Do you mind, Gargly? The gargoyle is exactly the same as every other gargoyle in the game, basically. Flurry attacks, then a big heavy. But he does have a breath attack. After the breath attack, he'll do a stomp. The breath attack will stun you, by the way, so you need to break free if you get caught in it. Smashy, smashy. Now, technically speaking, most gargoyles do 2 breaths and then they stomp. This one does 1. Which they would remaster old dungeons and trials hard mode, so each boss is a hard mode like the new ones. They do. Right, so Slayer Demon, this is where you're a bit behind. 1 Tamriel. Before 1 Tamriel, every single version 1 dungeon, and these dungeons, were normal difficulty. Vet didn't exist. Every version 2 was vet difficulty. So it was a new story, extra twist on the dungeon, and harder. Only for veteran players. 1 Tamriel changed it so that every single dungeon in the game had both a normal and vet. And in doing so, they introduced more monster sets, and they introduced what didn't exist, which was a hard mode for these dungeons. They never had them. Now every single one does have it. So they've already done that bit. What you want, however, is a subjective alteration. You have got good at the content, and now you want it to be more difficult. They do that. They introduce new stuff. It's still very hard to create balance in that area when the skill level is the issue. So if someone's very, very new and they've never seen this before, they don't know what the fuck to do. They're dead all day. Fact. Even on normal. But someone that's very experienced will just walk over this. Just how it is. That's what we were talking about earlier when someone was trying to state power creep. It's not power creep. It's skill level creep. People get better at the game. That's all it is. Because the game doesn't change scale-wise as far as difficulty is concerned. It's just that subjectively it becomes easier for you. But Slayer, what they have done is Volenfell, for example, while it has a normal and vet and a hard mode now since 1 Tamriel, they did extend on this as far as the story is concerned, because Thoria's story throughout the Volenfell dungeon, instead of giving you a Volenfell 2, which they thought was going to be a bit boring, they introduced Depths of Malatar and Frostfall. So that's your extension of that. That's your continued story and your increased difficulty. So they kind of did already do it. Maybe people don't know about that, but they did. Oh shit. Hello Zion Ninjas. Blessed Cheese Muppet, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hello Zion. Words are hard. Howling Scrap, welcome to the stream as well. Fuck this dungeon. Yeah, fuck this dungeon indeed. By the way, for those that don't know, that boss deletes groups even on normal every single day. Because it had a spread in AoE. Most people assume that a spread in AoE you need to just get out of before it pops. Wrong. That one will damage you as it grows, and then it will pop at the end as well. Most people die standing in it waiting for something to happen, and it's too late. It already happened. Welcome to new ESO content, Infinite Volenfell. Shh. Don't say swear words. Word are very hard. Word are very hard. That's why Howland Scrap's name is... That's what we made it up to be. Slayers was almost that today as well, but I actually said his name correctly. Bugs. Yoink. Most people don't know they exist. Leveling my DK while I had this and Spindle Clutch as my random so much. Spindle you will get a lot because when people... I said this is broad as well. When people do their first dungeons, they may be at a lower level. And the dungeons do open in the Dungeon Finder at set levels. So you'll probably get those ones quite early. However, outside of that, just luck of the draw. I had this 7 times. So that had fuck all to do with anything. Whee! I know, there's a button. Remember the first time in Volenfell with that boss? The bug? Incineration beetle? That thing will wreck you. That's hard. Hey! What are you doing? No channel for you. Hey, you're a warden. Lena, what are you on? You on Polar Express or are you on something else? Actually, cancel that. You're both wardens. You carrying a resistance buff? You are. Okay, I don't need to use mine then. Brilliant. I thought you were. So, Lena had ice on him from the warden. That makes more sense now. So, Fless is on possibly his keeper. I haven't seen Lord Warden, but Lena's on Easy Sork. And I think Adrea is on possibly BFG. Whee! Read that already. Trubisco! I got it right? Ha! I recognize my own builds eventually. I don't need that then. I'll take it because it hurts the boss. Philly, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, just bear in mind, perspective is one of those things that's really hard for other people to put themselves in. Like, other people's shoes. Sometimes because their shoes are too small, and other times because they just can't think straight. But, understanding what the vast majority of the player base is capable of, or does on a regular basis, is very difficult for people to comprehend. Because people that watch live streams or watch YouTube are one of 2 sides of a coin. They are either looking for information they don't have, or they just want to watch the game because they enjoy it, they do all the stuff and things, and they want to watch similar stuff to what they do. If you're watching similar stuff to what you do, you're already experienced. You're in a privileged position. What most of the player base have is their own game, playing it how they want, and a lack of experience of the stuff that you like. So when it comes to dungeons and stuff, it would be considered perfectly normal for people that watch streams generally to understand that Volenfell's quite easy. Again, from your perspective. But for the everyday, I say everyday player, that's bullshit. For the other players, the majority, stuff like this, their first time is hell. Unless, of course, they get someone that's OP as fuck that wrecks everything. Most people don't complete their content. And I don't mean trifectas and shit like that, because that's even further afield. I mean a pledge. A vet pledge. Most people don't do it. Still, thank you very much. You're a legend. Steam is the hardest thing in Volenfell. Dude, do you know how many people wipe on that? Thank you for the gifted subs, by the way. You're an absolute legend. Christina, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ninja button. I think I'll try to get the group together tomorrow and have a go at Rockgrove or Arthurian Archive. Do it, dude. Go into here, Activity Finder, Group Finder, make your own group. Create, do a trial, do whatever the fuck you want. Go nuts. That is there. Set it up. The whole server can see it. You don't have to hang out in Craglorn next to those 2 shit canoes that keep calling you a noob every time you want to do VMOL. They're not doing VMOL. That's why they're in Craglorn doing nothing. I need to sell stuff. Thank you for the follow, by the way. But it's true. Most people don't know what to do. So if you expect, because some people do this, if you're that one guy that expects everyone else to get on your level, I've said this before on stream many times, it starts from the ground up. If you expect people to be better than they are, and you think you're better than them already, well then it might be your responsibility to teach them. And I don't mean in a negative manner, shouting, oh my god, you noobs, I'm leaving, or anything like that. I mean, if someone doesn't know the mechanics, and it's quite clear that they don't, or they ask you how to do something, it might help you and them to explain. Even in a brief manner. I've been using the double XP to level my EU account, and the group finder has been working great. It's really, really good. It's just more people need to know about it. What would you say is the worst enemy boss is like the one that gives you the most trouble even though you've fought 100 times? That's not necessarily something that would affect an individual. That's more of something that would affect an entire group. So specifically, or no, I'm gonna stick to what I was gonna say. Personally, there's nothing in the game that I really struggle with as a, oh my god, that one's the hardest thing ever, because it's broad. As groups are concerned, like the amount of mistakes other people can make to fuck up your run. Twins in VMOL. To this day, still, the biggest pug killer that exists outside of dungeons. In trials, it's going to be Graven Deep. Not because it's difficult, but because it's not. That boss has a very simple and easy to get around one-shot mechanic. If there's a bubble, you hit it. Just one hit. That's it. And it will go up into the air and nobody dies. But if you fail it, everybody dies. All the other intricate mechanics in between are nowhere near as tricky or punishing as that one simple mechanic. So the VMOL twins will still delete people all day long, and that boss will as well. VMOL twins is because, not because of its difficulty, but because trial leaders explain it too long. They sit there and explain every single intricate mechanic too long, and they lose the room. No one's listening. So you have to wipe more times than you intended to in order to make that guy at the back of the room finally listen and realize that that color underneath his feet means he's got to fucking move. So if people shortened their explanations of or examples of mechanics on how to do them, that would be a lot easier for people to absorb. It's tricky anyway, but it would be easier if people spoke shit less. That's the main fundamental issue for that. But Graven Deep it's this. People are too lazy to do a light attack. They're so busy trying to nuke the boss that they get complacent and don't do that one thing that is more important than anything else in the fight. And that's it. You can have your soul run across the room and then try your ass off to go and catch it. You could fail. You could. But it's not a wipe. You've still got res time. You could get killed by the big cone effect after the fear. You could get resed. It's not a wipe. You could get punched by Malcolm. You could die in the portal. You could get caught by the 4 ads that pop out because interrupts aren't happening. But then it's a fundamental issue again. It's the base game mechanics that are the problem. If people don't interrupt and they don't follow the basics, you will wipe more often than not on the easy stuff rather than the hard stuff. On the hard stuff, you normally have one person dying or 2 people dying or maybe 3, and then you try and recover. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. It's hit or miss. But the mechanics that aren't hit or miss are usually the most basic, but again, the most punishing. Switch from PS4 CP 1700 to Xbox 300 CP approximately, and have trouble to gain money and especially CP points. Is grind for both with the infinite archives or dungeons better? That's subjective point of view. It depends on what your preference. If you want to do dungeons all the time, do dungeons. If you want to do infinite archive, do infinite archive. Just bear in mind, infinite archive is designed for solo or duo. So if you've got no friends or no one's around, you can just go in and get stuff. If not, then you're going to have to struggle bus through dungeons, and they're not designed to be soloed. Regardless of whether anyone is good enough to do it or not, they're not designed for that. So it's about what you're more comfortable with. Technically speaking, though, Infinite Archive is fucking nuts. 2 Ogren bosses in Scale Caller are still a Pug Destroyer. There's many things in the game that are Pug Destroyers. There's over 300, I think it's 352 or 354 bosses throughout the entire Trials dungeons. Actually, there's more than that because we've got Rock Grove, Sanity's Edge, and a couple more. But there's over 350 bosses in instance content. So we'll be here a long time talking about Pug Killers. But the 2 most difficult ones for people to keep... Thank you very much. Woodstam, you're a massive, massive legend. Don't let anyone tell you any different. 10 gifted subs now to 125, you generous fucker you. Thank you very much. That's a cool shot, that was. You know how it works, people. If you kill the Dragonborn, you'll take their place to stream. I have to kill you instead. Thank you so bloody much. But yeah, there are lots of Pug Killers. That's the point. That's not just one thing as a Pug Killer. That would just be that one thing. It's a collection of bosses. We'll be there all day. But I would still say, arguably, the 2 trickiest for groups, because someone else can fuck it up, is Graven Deep, last boss, and the twins. Again, not because of their difficulty, but because it's very easy to get wrong. Made a few mistakes today in Sanctum. Haven't never done it before. Trial leader explained what I had to do and was very helpful. Good. It helps that people explain it, because then it gives you a bit of a shortcut as to what to do rather than trying to figure it out by yourself. Excuse me. But just bear in mind, again, and I'm going to say this a million times until people finally get it into their heads. If you are going to call yourself a raid leader like it belongs on your fucking CV, stop over-explaining stuff. No one benefits from you talking shit for too long. Example. If there's a boss here and he's going to do a heavy attack, and it's an area of effect one in front of the boss, and it's aiming at me, like a triangle attack. Tank, block the heavy. That's all you need to know. Group, don't go where the tank is. That's all they need to know. You see how quickly that was explained? Watch out, because at approximately 72%, he will step backwards, breathe slightly into the air, twinkle his eyes at you, and then do a forward motion movement with his head while swinging his axe in a cleaving effect with a conal area of effect damage telegraph in front of him, approximately 60 degrees wide, and the group should maintain their position behind the boss rather than stepping even remotely sideways around him, because otherwise you might catch outside the telegraph, which is mildly bugged. Fuck that. Tank, block it, everyone else stay the fuck out of the way. That is as simple as that. Everyone knows what to do now. If you talk too long, no one's fucking listening. No one. So if you have that habit, be honest with yourself, be an adult, and just say, do you know what? I need to cut this shit out. I need to bring it down. Because your road to success in any fucking content whatsoever is held mostly, like it's stopped. There's a stopping point. You won't get any further. It's held mostly at that point where you have to understand you might be talking too much. 91, no, Howlin', you got it wrong. Nearly. It's 91, 91, 76, 51, 26. But you're close. You're close enough. Again, that's another way to explain stuff. Have checkpoints, have a routine, have a poem if you fucking have to that lasts about 4 words. But if you over-explain things, people switch off. For example, these 3 in this room are watching the stream right now. They're part of the group. They're listening to everything. They're playing along. They didn't pay attention to what I was just talking about because they don't need to. Because 1, they already know it. And 2, it's fucking boring. Is there any chance that you go to Vet Fang Lair on stream? I do all the time. If no, what you suggest with what you would run... What? What you suggest with what you would run it. You can run it with anything you like. The content is not restricted to playstyle. You can play how the fuck you want. Put Fang Lair in the chat. There's an all about mechanics guide teaching you everything you need to know. 91.5, 47.3 and a quarter, 22.22, 89.98. Yeah, basically. Shoot, I never knew that. I promise I just goofed it when I typed it. Oh, you knew what it was? In VMO, even though we wipe, just love it. Do you know what? The twins are a very, very good fight. But words mean things. And that fight, while it is tricky, it is. And it does have a lot of staggered mechanics. VMO does have a lot of staggered mechanics, especially Rakat. He's actually got more mechanics than most bosses in the game. Because every pad is different, within reason. There's a difference between difficult and other people make mistakes. It's not the same. Difficult would be try as hard as you fucking can, do everything right, and still fail. Other people killing you because they're doing it wrong, not the same. First time I did VKA, I napped through every long-winded mechanics explanation and still wasn't dead. Because you know not to stand is stupid. I guess you love Volenfell, you're still in there. Or you could just wait until I finish Talking Slayer. Rude. Hi, I want to learn tanking with one of your builds. I have all the characters except for Necromancer and Templar. Which one would you recommend? I recommend anything that you like the look of. Every single class can play every single role effectively, so any of them can be tanks, so it's up to you. Will be an update on your toxicity build soon. No spoilers. Love the twins. They're a good fight, but people can blow you up. Never found a group who could help with it because that. Activity Finder, Group Finder, Create Group, Dungeon, Bet or Normal, go down to Fang Lair, wherever the fuck it is, and then set the role, requirements, rules, and everything that you want, and wait. Or go out and actively speak to people. Group Finder is new. It's incredibly helpful. Not enough people know about it. Too many people are scared to use it. Don't be scared to use it. It's not Craglorn. No one's answering you back. Make groups. What are we fighting? People are their own worst enemies when it comes to stuff like that. Guys, we're alive. Thank you very much. You're a legend. Fuck that, we're leaving. Fuck that, we are leaving. There's no way I'm doing random dungeon getting Volenfell twice in a row. Twice. No, I disagree. Fuck him, I want transmute stones anyway. You lot can whisper me in a minute, I'm going to swap tanks. Amazing. See, I told you I had it 7 times in a row before. Welcome to my world. No. I had it 7 times before. My world was worse other than yours. Unless you had it 8, in which case you win. Cody Astronaut, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the resub. Trying to break 7 in a row? No. Fuck 7 in a row. Where the hell is he? Most epic name ever. Aha. 1 button to rid them all. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the bits, Dark. You're a legend. Hype train o'clock. Let's go. Does a group finder have a good response time, do you think? That depends on if people are using it. See? That's a variable you can't calculate. If people are using it, then they would respond. If they aren't using it, then they won't. So the more people know about it, the more it will be used. Been out of the game for a bit. It's a new feature. 99% of players don't know about it because they don't read patch notes. Not that that's a slur, because it's up to people if they don't want to read them, but it's a very important tool. And if people expect it to be better or more active, people are responsible for sharing the information that exists. Just back to target and use I know, whisper me, you guys, because I'm not going to go looking for usernames. But yes, people are becoming more aware that it exists, and they are using it more, yes. Dragon, how you doing? Welcome to the stream with your gold ninja star. Trying to break 7 in a row. Fuck you, Slayer. Did I read amazing? It's not amazing. It's not. I spoke it up. Whisper, pick me. That doesn't work. Why invite me to the group? I was already your group leader. Oh, we did that. I mean, that also works. But also, you failed your instructions. Imagine if that was a driving lesson. I said, stop the car. You didn't just do that. What you did is you kept going and went to the shops and bought us all cake. Now, we like the cake, but you didn't follow the rule. As I think Faria just likes you and keeps requesting you for a dungeon. Faria can fuck off. She's got 2 other dungeons we could use. Why does she like me so much in that dungeon? I want to see other stuff. And so does the audience. Fuck Volenfell. It's shit. Whispers from Xbox NA, even though I'm not in-game when I'm home. See, Rav and Howlin tried really hard. Lena just invited me to a group, which was really helpful, but also wrong instruction. What do we got? Random. Really? Your luck is beyond epic. Yeah, bad luck.
I love winning. Drinks all around.
Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Let's go. Random. Please don't give me fuck. If it gives me Volenfell, I quit the game. You queued too recently. I fucking did not. Need to leave. Move zones. Go somewhere else, and it'll fix it. Volen again? No. What's the third?
Drinks all around.
There's Depths of Malatar and Frostvolt. Those 2 both have Faria in there. Also, we've got a new Dragonborn, by the way, from the follower. Thank you very much. You are on the throne. Bleach, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your famous moment on the throne. You are the Dragonborn. Hype train level 1, by the way. 40% in, 2 minutes remaining. What is the thing you mentioned about players noticing it now? The group finder. So I'll do it one more time. Because I did make a video on this and nobody fucking watched it. Except for the 4,000 people that saw it. And that's a lot of people. But this is the dungeon finder. Ignore that. I'm not talking about that. We're using it today because we pre-made our group, yes. Not talking about that. Look at the top of the list. The top. So, again, activity finder right at the top. Group finder. It's about month old. Create or find. If you find group, you can search for the content you're looking for. Or just random it. If you create group, you can do dungeons, arenas, trials, infinite archive, PvP, zone, or just make one up. You can set the difficulties to normal or vet. You can do random dungeons, or you can pick specific ones. Same goes for trials as well. So you can go on trials, and you can pick a specific trial. And you can now host with a title and rules that you set. You decide. Not the shitlord on Facebook, you. And if you are a shitlord on Facebook, you get to decide here too. So everybody wins. Thank you very much for the bits. Massively appreciated. You are a legend, Woodstam. Thank you for hitting the Dragonborn. Don't forget, you've bought 1,000 bits, so you have your first Ninja Star. Brendan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ramby, how you doing? Champion points, required or not. You can set the amount. Obviously, with your own rules, you can put description. Voice chat, required or not. Invite code, keep it private or not private. Auto accept or not. Enforce role or not. picking what you want to join. All that stuff is there. It's a full LFG tool, and it goes across the entire server. So you don't have to sit there in a very empty instance of Craglorn because the other one's too full and all the people are in there, and nobody hear you. You don't have to type in a dead guild chat and nobody hear you. That is throughout the entire server. Everyone has access to it, even if there's 12 people in their house having cake. And we just broke level 1 on the hype train. Thank you very much. Right, activity finder, dungeon finder. We are using dungeon finder today. Random vet go. Someone queued too recently. What the actual fucking space is going on? Oh, you lot. See, this is why we should have destroyed the group in the first place. I'm going to get to that in a minute. First of all, Dark Sarah, you are a legend. Thank you for the gifted subs. You're up to 6 on the channel. If you received a gifted sub, make sure you say thank you to the gifter. Are you a teacher in real life, Zai? You made a great teacher, Sensei Zai. Technically, yes, because I teach this. Funny that. This isn't false reality, Slayer. I am actually on, like, internet TV right now. This is real. Pinch yourself. See? It's real. What is about? I don't have... Whoa, hello. Ravicus Maximus. Thank you very much indeed. Massively appreciated. Bit and cake in the chat. Leave group, people. So, as much as I appreciate the effort of someone going, hey, guess what? I'm going to invite you into the group rather than doing as you told me to do and leaving group and whispering. Guess what the outcome was? They were still in the old group random dungeon that we already set up before I left. So they couldn't join a new one. See? Details are important. Imagine that. Raven, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ravicus Maximus is now up to a whopping, check this out. I'm going to hit the button because it was a big one. 1,500 subs. You know the rules, people. To fight starts again from scratch. If you kill the Dragonborn, you'll take their place to stream. I have to kill you instead. Hype train level 2, 40% in, 3 minutes remaining. Thank you very much indeed. All the teachers I've had, Zai is the coolest ride. Thank you very much. Ride? Awkward. Don't say that on the internet. CGI Shadow, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good, I have weekend. Good, you have weekend. We have weekend too. Vigix, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Joe. How the fuck is that Joe? I think your auto carrot got you. Where's Adrea? So, anyway, while keeping up with both chats, the reason I asked people to whisper me so I could remake the group is because they were already stuck in the previous queue. Anyway, we got there eventually. Fless and Lena were really fast. Adrea, the mighty Adrea, has vanished. Thime, thank you very much. You are a legend. Pronounce it in Dutch. No, that's not how it works. See, stream takeovers, if it was one, would be for me to do stuff in game. You can't make me say stuff. You're not my real mum. What are we doing today then? We're playing ESO on stream. Hence the stream subject matter is ESO. So I need to get glasses. I can't barely see any. You can't barely see what I am typing. You got Samsung too. That's fine. Mike is raising his eyebrows like I don't even bother. Again, thank you for the sub. Massively appreciated. Beer and cake people. I do need to leave zones. And then try again. We should be fine now. Although, they might be on a timeout anyway. So we might have to just travel to one and say, fuck it. It wasn't 15 minutes ago, was it? Nope. Bollocks, we'll use the actual group finder. How about that? Social group finder. Create group. Create dungeon. For the 4 people that we want. A random one. And for 4 players. And we have... That's wrong. Why does it still think it's a trial? I broke it. 4 players, yes. Reinforced roll. I don't need a tank. I've got one. Should we try it? If this puts me into someone else's group, I'm going to be so pissed. Ah. Group is too large to create a group finder listing for this content. No, it's not. Oh, we've broken everything. Fuck it. We're going to go Frostvault because we mentioned it earlier. My brain has stopped. Balls. Where the fuck is Frostvault? Someone remind me. I should know this. I do know this. I don't. I've forgotten. For the first time ever, you can backseat game because I've requested it. Where the fuck is it? East March? Aha! Well done. You're correct. Of course it is. It's where the snow is. Dumbass. Frostvault Chasm. We're watching Zion Volenfell Hell. We're not. Your Covenant boss explanation was killer, simple, and 30-minute vids are taxing. Well... That's why the live streams are live, so you can catch me live so I can explain stuff quickly. Bear in mind, the 30-minute videos, while they might be taxing for you, are a lot more taxing for me because it takes hours and hours and hours of my time to create in order to give that information to people and scale it. So people that know everything already and people that haven't got a fucking clue and try and meet somewhere in the middle and then try to get paid for that by people watching for free. That's taxing. And you get taxed for it. I knew I haven't been here before for years. Rambo, you have been here for years. You came in like a month ago, I think. Do you know how long Farai has been looking for you? Farai can fuck off. There she is. Fuck off, Farai. Oh shit, my food nearly ran out. Hey, Zion Ninjas. Miss Brick, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And I caught up with the chat, I think. It's me every day. Pauline, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the stream as well. Hey, new to the stream. I started doing more dungeons and trials. If you have source of concise mechanic explanations. Yes, I have an entire series full of dungeons, trials, arenas, and all the other stuff. Every single video has a timestamp to the boss that you're looking for if you want to know the actual specific mechanics for the bosses. They are demonstrated, they are explained, it's all there. But if you don't want to watch the full video and you are, again, after looking for one specific boss, it is there. There's a couple of videos that are still in the works, but there's a lot. There's over 60. Did I say hi to Breg of the Wild? A month? 2-year minimum. Then again, I do miss you a lot, so I might be here as a drunkard from time to time. You definitely have been in the stream within the last 2 years. Definitely. You probably can't find the stat for it anywhere, but you have. It's fine. You're probably drunk. Farai trod on the stream today. No, I did this on purpose, Slayer. Let's go. Boing. Right. Anyway, for those that need the information on mechanics, there is a whole series for it. It's been in the works for the last... Holy shit. 4 years? And it's not slowing down anytime soon. Even the Infinite Archive is there. Thanks, I appreciate your content. Use it for a lot of builds and vet content. Nice! And you are welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you for joining. I don't remember, but did you stream also on Xbox? I streamed on every single server. I have streamed on every single server. I do play on every single server. So the short answer for that is yes. Why am I not using timestamp? Timestamp? Time stop! Use timestamp, bro. It's from the shit jig order. Got it. Read that already. Pay attention to where you're going, Xynode. Make it look like you know what you're doing. Okay. Yoink. You should be over here. What the fuck? Thank you. You will see me mostly on my main server, but yes, I play on everything. Because that's the thing. Like, most streamers, or content creators, whatever, play on one specific server, and they don't ever get any shit for it. I play on absolutely everything, and people have higher expectations. You're already getting more. I answered 2 chats! I watch them. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Zach. Much appreciated. Hopefully they're helpful. Like, why don't you do the other thing? Because I can't scale it. I can't do the one thing that everyone wants to do because everyone wants something different. It's a show. You get to watch. And lucky for you, being in 2024 now, we have the technology to interact as well. Who knew that was ever going to be a thing? You used to have to scream at the TV. Now you can type at it and it responds. Aliens did it.
I love winning. Drinks all around.
Thank you for the follow. You can't triple stamp a timestamp. Or you can. It just won't work. Don't be dead. In them. And oh. This boss is quite simple. When he does an uppercut, people need to interrupt him. If you don't interrupt him, someone's going to die. Will ESO have crossplay? Will it? I can't predict the future. Should it? No. It's too late. What you have to consider when you think of things like that is the pluses and minuses of the situation as a business and as a platform that many thousands of people use every day. If they decided to do crossplay, one of the massive problems you would have is that there are an abundance of people that play on multiple servers. And they have invested time in their characters on different servers and money on different servers when it comes to crowns and purchasing houses and skills and all this kind of stuff. People have spent money on multiple servers at once. If you had crossplay or merge servers or whatever, then there would be duplicates or loads of stuff on this one, loads of stuff on that one, and people would be out there in arms complaining like fuck that they wasted their time and money on something they can't use because it's all consolidated in one place, or because that... I put something in my eye. That house can't be given twice or whatever. It'd just be a massive logistical nightmare. So people would make it hell. It's bad enough when the servers have to go down, even after people have signed fucking terms of service knowing full well that an MMO is due to grow and has to have maintenance regularly. And they go screaming on Twitter about how much they want their money back, even though they haven't spent any. Let alone if they cross-played it, which would make like 4 people happy, but at the same time, thousands of people miserable because now the entitlement would come out. And while that may be somewhat warranted, that would be impossible to control. It'd be fucking crazy. So, is it never going to happen? I can't say that. They might. Should they? They'd have to be very smart about it. However, there is hope yet. Because when it came to the crafting stations being consolidated, they actually found a very, very good way around that. So that was... They got the right minds for it. However, soon, I doubt it. Because they've only just last year invested in 6 new servers. Who was that? Floating? You are an absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. Massively appreciated. Bit and cake in the chat. Bear in mind, people, this fight is quite simple. Stay in a bit of a square or a squircle. If you are scattered around the room, you're going to die when he does this. Because now, people can't reach with heals. See those circles? Those circles of dead? You need to come close to the group and not overlap them so the healers can keep you alive. And I just now tried a Jesus beam through block. That's not going to work. Just quote Bob. I were here. Now you give the price of the most dedicated donor of all time, all genres on Twitch. Pretty much. That might be, actually. And now we've got to run around the room in a circle. Run. You do not want to be dead. What do you mean servers? You mean region? No. There are 6 different servers. They've got the EU server for NA and EU, for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. They bought new hardware last year for each one. 216, he wasn't here, was he? Yes, he was. Been here since 216, but bear in mind, I wasn't streaming on Twitch in 216. I was introducing stuff to my YouTube channel in 216. Boing. So there's no chance that it can be over my progress on PS4, so Xbox in the future. You mean transfer? That's different. That's not the same. Transfer they used to have, but they took it away. Because it was just too easy to abuse for some people. Especially when you've got different prices and different things on different servers and different regions and all that kind of shit. For example, there was certain things that you could use on PC via add-ons that would help you progress at a certain rate and gather a certain amount of resources depending on how the market was on that server. And then you could just switch over to another server and have all the cool stuff. They don't want it. They don't want that to happen. And also the backwards and forwards is just a fucking nightmare. It's just a chore. So, unless it's worth their time, I don't think it's going to happen. You just find a chest. Rip. Frostbolt in the chat, by the way, if you want the guide for this. It's there. It exists. There's a video guide and a written guide, and it's on the add-on. First logged in on Xbox and said region NA or EU. No specific server for like EU, or am I just blind? No, that's exactly what it means. They've used the word region, yes, but I was talking about the physical, actual hardware that they have introduced recently. One for each server. Each region is its own server. Same thing. Let's see. Also bear in mind that the EU stuff is actually Australia and New Zealand as well. Remember to hydrate Zai. Thanks, Dad. I have been. Controller's low. Of course it is. Why would it not be low? Did I read that? Yes, I did. This fight, for people that don't understand how the lasers work, there is a system for it. See this? See the little robot there shooting the laser beam? Stand behind the crystal. But is it going to go left or is it going to go right? Well, the first one is easy. You look at it. Second one, you figure it out. We had to move to the right to get to that one. So the next one's right as well. Watch carefully. It is. And if there's 4 of them, because you might be at that phase, the next one's right as well. It's not always move right. It's always move left or right based on what the last one was. So this one is in the middle because it's the first one. Next one is left. So for this whole phase, we're going to keep going left until it's over. And again. See? There is a system. And that is in the video as well. And left again. So the second one tells you which way you need to go. Every phase. And again, while that might be a cheat sheet quick answer to that question about the mechanics of that particular fight, that's one mechanic explained in the video. All the rest of them are explained, so you get those too. That's the point. That's why the series is called All About Mechanics, not only about that one thing I don't understand. We're going right. All the way around. Bear in mind, I am not on comms, people. I don't do comms on stream generally, because I'm responsible for what happens, and I'm not having shit canoe say bad words. But all it takes is to understand the basics, and you can follow it without even speaking. Although the people in the group will hear me later than the mechanic happens. So if I shout at anyone in the group, it's more of a on-stream voiceover than it is actually direct, because I won't with viewers have comms. I do with guests very rarely, but not with regular viewers. Not because regular viewers are naughty, but it's just in case, because the dragon might sneeze. They, in my opinion, should be allowed, but server bound, meaning EU, PC, PlayStation, Xbox allowed, and etc. This would not create a problem across progression. No, you don't understand it. That's the problem. I already explained clearly that it's not a case of platform. It's a case of multiple servers and people spending money on multiple things. Some people play Xbox and PlayStation. Some people play PC and Xbox. Some people play EU and NA of the same platform or multiples. It's already a widespread issue if that was to be a thing. There's no fix for it right now unless they're really smart about it. So I see where you're trying to go with that, but it's already too late. For example, if one person played on PlayStation on EU and then Xbox on EU, your answer for that would be they could jump backwards and forwards. They bought things on 2 different things. They wouldn't mix. They can't do it. So, again, while it would be nice overall, it's not necessary at the moment because the servers get full, actually full, and also it's too many logistics at the moment to try and figure out how to make everyone happy when some people have bought stuff on 6 servers. Like me personally, I play actively on all 6. I literally teach it for a fucking living. That's what the channel's for. And I have spent money on every single server. Do I personally care if all of my stuff but my main stuff gets deleted and I can jump from any server I want? No, I don't care. That would be great. But the vast majority of players would be at a loss for that. And that doesn't offer value for people that trust in a product. So they would have to find a very smart way around doing so. Like introducing 100 character slots. Actually more. In love with your hot sauce DK, but I have trouble to maintain resources while I have a good weave. What am I do wrong? So first of all, I can't see what you're doing, so it's impossible to answer. Secondly, you're not heavy attacking enough. I understand that some people will be hurt. Hurt is not even, that's an understatement. That would be horrendous. That would create a flux of more players. No, you don't need to, because the servers, like I said already, do get full. And they increase the amount of players on each server. They just did that because they just updated the servers so that there's more room. Maybe instances of servers to the world wouldn't be too crowded. No, they're all busy. Like, if you go on any server during prime time, especially in Cyrodiil, the server's fucking full. You have to sit in a queue. If you did crossplay and everyone had a favorite, and that was a localized favorite, like on community pages and shit, that would be rammed to fuck and no one would ever get in. So it would create more problems at the moment. Someone who has spent hundreds of hours housing on both PSNA and EUI would be mad of a waste of money. Yeah, I understand that people look at it and they're like, well, some people will be hurt. They wouldn't be hurt. They would be fucking distraught. The scale is so large and it's quite difficult for people to comprehend. It's huge. And I don't mean 5 or 10 people that you know that might be a bit upset. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of people. People underestimate just how many people do play ESO. Because generally, people only assume that the people that are in Gratwood or Craglorn is the current population. Where in actual fact, it's so far off the scale than that. Because most people don't sit in those areas. Most people go into their houses or into content or into other zones. The same people, the people that you see in Craglorn and Gratwood are always the same people. They're not the only ones that play. It's just that that's their habit. And other people have different ones. This is why I said earlier, it's very hard for people to put themselves in other people's shoes. It's very hard to see other person's or other people's perspectives. The game is fucking enormous. And I don't mean in its physical size alone. I mean popularity, like how many people do play it on an everyday basis. It's too much. Is it impossible for them to make that technology a thing in ESO? No, of course it's not impossible. They can do it. But do I see it happen anytime soon? No, because there's too many negatives to make it even close to a plus. They would have to be very, very, very smart about it. Quit trying to make fetch happen, indeed. And in spite of what some career aggressively negative content creators or X would love you to believe, the ESO server population are actually all quite healthy. They are. They're very, very busy. It's subjective. It's very subjective as to what you see as to what there really is. Again, while the idea would be great because everyone thinks that every game should be crossplay because it's a thing now for most games. ESO has been out for 10 years. It's been in development for 5 or 6 years more than that. It's old software. It was tricky enough changing the hardware, yet let alone changing how they code everything and then just chucking it in a bin and hoping that it's going to work. It would take a long time for that to happen. And again, I have to stress this. If they were to do it, they'd have to be very smart about it because of the negative impact it would have on many, many people. Yes, I can see the positives, obviously. But there are so many negatives to a game that's been out this long. They'd have to do something really fucking special. What that is, fuck knows. But again, we have seen them do things that we didn't think would be possible, i.e. the crafting stations. There are 307 crafting stations, I think it was, and they consolidated them into 4 without making it feel like anyone wasted their money. In actual fact, made it feel like that their money was worth it because they now have something else they can do with it. But all the different purchases people may have put money into so far are at risk if they put it all together. Why is someone drilling through my fucking wall? I don't feel bad making noise now. Thanks for streaming, Zai. Catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching, Cast Stephen. Thank you very much indeed. I think we need to see Elder Scrolls 6 before ESO crossplay. They're not related. I mean, they're the same universe, but they're not. They're 2 separate development rooms, if you like. And they're 2 different products. Read that one already. I'm curious now how Warframe is doing. Warframe is doing really well. Actually, really well. But where the fuck am I going? There's no fire yet. I was thinking the fire was coming. It's in the next phase. It's not the same, Raven. It's a totally different infrastructure. It's completely different. Lots and lots of people playing it, yes. But a different idea altogether. They only had 3 things to consider rather than jumping from one to the other. Because their servers or regions you can swap between and it doesn't affect your character at all. This one, they are separate. We're going to get splattered by the boss. Uh-oh. I know that was your little, well, actually, someone else did it. Yes, other games can. And other games have, but they have a different structure entirely. Among other things, the player economies are handled very differently. Very differently. I know people look on the internet and like, well, actually, and that's exhausting because you get a lot of backseat devs. But if you've worked in game development, especially if you can consider older tech, you would probably appreciate that it's nowhere near as easy as you think it is. It's not switching on a light switch. I think it was last count like 27 million lines of code for ESO. And again, a lot of that is older technology mixed with new technology. It's very, very risky to try and pull out one bulb and try and figure out which one the fuse bulb is. It's a big, big, big line of Christmas tree lights. Why am I standing over here? I don't need to. He hasn't done a thing yet. Okay, now he has. Read that already. There'll be an online Elder Scrolls 6, I guess. Not necessarily. Bear in mind, Starfield isn't online. They released that as a full single player. So there's no reason for them to do that to Elder Scrolls 6. In fact, if they did, that would be bad. I wouldn't be mad at a co-op option, kind of like they did with Far Cry. But online, no. Why? Because we already have Elder Scrolls Online. We don't need a second one. The Elder Scrolls franchise, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, are renowned for their quality as a single-player RPG. Taking that away from it would piss off the entire fan base, apart from about 3 people. But I wouldn't be mad at one player added as co-op or allowing that as an option. But full online, nope. We've already got an MMO for it. Don't need it. Get rid of you. Again, the one very good single-player game that did that well is Far Cry. I missed the fucking ad. No, I didn't. I got him. Like Skyrim single player too? Yeah, people do. They like it because it's single player above everything else. You have to know your target audience, basically. Catering for an audience that isn't your target audience will only end up pissing off the ones that are. You can't please everyone, essentially. That's what you have to consider. Again, I don't make the game, so I can't say they won't. But it'd be silly if they did, considering everything else they've got. You asked me, I'd love to see some graphic improvements. In what? In Elder Scrolls 6? Of course there will be. It'll be new technology. Skyrim had updated. Yeah, other people have done it, and there have been upgrades to that, but I mean, they've released it like 10 times already. That's the funny thing. It's the one game that doesn't matter how many times it gets released again. People complain it's been released again, but they still buy it. That means they know their target audience, because they successfully got you to rebuy it over and over and over and still don't feel like you wasted your money, even though you complain about it. I have too many copies of it. Yeah, me too. Too many modders, mad. Yeah. That's the essential thing when it comes to the PC side of things, though, isn't it? But you can always have someone mod that shit anyway. You have too many copies. That actually went really well. Did we know that? Excellent. Now we can use the dungeon finder again to get my transmute stones, which I'm really short of because too many bloody builds. I've got stuff to sell from Infinite Archive. Did not even realize. Don't sell the jewelry. I'll deconstruct that stuff. Money, money. Can you play on Alexa? Dude, you can play on fridge. So, yeah. Right. Need to get a drink. Need to go Ninja P. And I need to press this random dungeon button. Ready for this? Do not be Volenfell. It's not great, but it'll do. Blackheart in the chat. Would have been quicker. Cups are outside. Again. Remember when I said, why is the helicopter always above my head during stream time? It just boarded them up again and found a big bag of stuff. Brilliant. Lovely neighborhood. Anyway, people, let's go smash stuff to pieces. The fuck did I read? I can read about the distance and close-up problem. Sorry, I'm going to get my glasses. You're good, Raven. Don't worry. I normally put that down to people Samsunging. That's basically when your text is written correctly and Samsung changes it. Also for all groups. Magical Sorcerer or Templar for solo. Anything you like. Whatever you preference. If you are better with it, you will do better with it. Simple as that. If you hate it, then you're not going to perform very well. There are billions of ways to make your character. Every single class can play every single role effectively. And solo is quite... I use the term a lot because it's a real thing, but it's quite broad. Because are you trying to kill stuff that is designed for solo, or are you trying to kill stuff that is designed for groups, but you want to do it yourself anyway? BG3, time, have fun. I still am yet to play that. Christina, thank you for watching. Beer and cake in the chat for anyone who enters or leaves. You're a legend. Yoink. See? Stunned and controlled all at the same time. Imagine that being a thing. That is why you don't use the Vata Shrine Hollow set, or whatever the fuck it is, on this build. It doesn't work. Because you will end up having to use an extra skill for a start, and they will be stunned when they come in, rather than being stunned from this. See, that dude won't be stunned. Still moving and punching me and shit. Normal chains have a stun. That set has a stun. This set does not. Slow them down, jump in. All taunted, all grabbed, all stuck. Ta-da! One button to rule them all. Technically there's two buttons. Well, the jump's one. Whee! Any race, any class, any role. Correct. So get their attention. Jump. Jump again just in case of stragglers. Because the pull is wider range than the actual taunt. So sometimes you have to double jump. See how easy that is? You slap you boy. That's outside. Check your cards, eh? No! That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Bakiji is all trades of kind. They're dodgy dealers. They're dodgy. I wouldn't trust them. Also carrot, correct.
Show me the money.
Who gave me money? Whoa, make it up for lost time? You do not have to make up for lost time. Thank you very, very much, though. Much appreciated. Beer and cake in the chat, people. Thoten is the current Dragonborn. He just got slapped by $50 from the almighty Keeks. Thank you very much. Oh, my God. I love that alert. It's brilliant. No, it's not. It is. I get money. Thank you very much indeed, people. Keeks is people now. Good people. Almighty Keeks is a new one. I mean, we've got Almighty Adrea. And we've got the Micus Maximus. Lots of people get names. Uh-oh. Ravicus Maximus. He's around somewhere. Patreon link. Thank you very much. Buddha, you're a legend. Whee! So, again, if you don't know the mechanics for this dungeon, because we're kind of just blitzing through it, put Blackheart in the chat. I think that's the command. Rav is like, yes, present. He is there. Don't be dead, Buddha. Yep, that was a thing. Don't be dead, Claw. Don't be dead, Buddha. So, don't be dead is a thing that I say on stream when people are dead. Like, it's like, don't be dead. Obviously, that's what it means. Don't be dead. And Claw was dead so often that I used to shout, don't be dead, Claw. Because I'm shouting his name while saying don't be dead. He actually changed his name to that on the PlayStation Network, which cost. He even changed it on Twitch and everything. Then Buddha got don't be dead as well. A few people did. Just saying I've been called many different things, and that is a new one. Fair enough. I just now upgraded my sting. I can morph this now. Dawn's Wrath, and you need to be the Healy one. Ah, happy days. Laser Tank is one of my favorite builds. Thank you, Valerian. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Do you fully understand its intent and its design, though? I know you do, but just answer me anyway. Just to entertain the fish. Everything on it was all done for reasons. There is, I don't think I want to be dead before my name. Oh, shit. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Ah. Oh, you did. Nice. Run. So that boss beats his chest and grows, and then his health goes up, and you have to fight him for much more longer. But not then. They burned through it. How long actually did it take you to understand the game that bit now? Which bit now? You mean how it is overall? That's a lot. You're always learning because they're always changing stuff. They're always adding new things. I'll go with no. Is that the correct answer? Sure, why not? I've got a video for you, Valerian, if you want it. But lazy in the chat. I'm also out of potions nearly. Fucking rip. Got crown pots instead. I mean, they're the same, but nearly out. Whee! Please put lazy in the chat. Ah, fuckers! Did you see me sneak up that rock to try and get them? That's because they get stuck in the tree. They're annoying as shit. No more. We're good. With an exclamation point, Valerian. See how much control it has? Look, stunned. No one's hitting anybody. It's fine. It's all good. Oh, fucker's stuck. Love that. Yoink. That's a feature, by the way. That's not supposed to happen. Are you a fan of punk rock? Dude, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't, hold myself hostage to any particular style. Playing Cyrodiil and you will be called all sorts of things. Do this for a living, you get called all sorts of things. How you doing, Jason? Welcome to the stream. You get called big words by people that don't know how to spell the small ones. Just how you doing? Welcome to the stream. This boss is quite simple. When it puts her hands together, bash. Simple as that. Watch carefully. Not gonna do it. Bash. If you don't do that, people are gonna die. It was a media trained answer. You like that one? Boing. Even Zion chat, I'm pressing it. It's not quite ninjas, but it'll work. Trevor and I are smashing Infinarch. You might be, but you're also typing while you're in there. Focus, Greg. Focus. Heavy sack. Where'd it go? Whee. What arc are you on? Just having a casual conversation while fucking Infinite Archive. You go. Need rebuke and it's not dropping. It will. You'll get it. Once people start looking for that, like a little mini game, it gets really good. This boss is quite simple. Stand still when she's spitting shit into the air. And when she's finished spitting in the air, that's when you move. Because while she's firing shit into the sky, she's deciding where it's going to land. If you run around like a lunatic, you're probably going to run in where she put it. True story. So, when she spits into the sky, sometimes she teleports a lot, sometimes she doesn't. This mechanic here, which she's not going to do. Bollocks. She's just going to teleport around the room. She loves it. That one there. Stand completely still. When she's finished, they'll start landing on the ground. That's when you get out. See? They landed exactly where I was, not where I am now. So, as you can see, some people scattered like lunatics. They'll be better. Don't worry. It's much like the World Shaper from Sanctum Ophidia, except obviously different visuals. She's deciding while you're standing still where it's going to go. If you move while it's happening, it's gonna chase a bit, basically. Whee! Oh, I missed loot. Don't want to do that. Boom. I haven't got my fucking caltrops on. I should have done. I normally have that with me, but because because I was using this in VAA the last time I was on it. I kept the Jesus beam on. Oops. Like we're struggling though, is it? It's fine. I don't like the Magma Queen and Infinite Goblin spawns. Infinite Goblins? Are you talking about a different boss? Because you sound like you're talking about Valkyros or whatever his fucking name is. Very similar mechanics with their spinny Space Invader shit. I don't understand what all the numbers are for, Miss Brick, but thank you. Are they the winning lottery numbers? They look like they're wrong, but I'll allow it. What about portals? She doesn't have portals. You're talking about the wrong boss. The kid can count that high. Smart kid. You let your kid press buttons a lot. I'd be careful. You might end up gifting like 1 million subs by accident and then having to argue with Twitch about a refund. I've had someone do that before. Not 1 million, but they let their kid get hold of their phone and they pressed buttons they weren't supposed to press. That was an awkward email the day after. Boing. Especially when they blame you for it. That was awkward. That was a few years ago, though. Boing. Incoming! Oh my god, it didn't fire. Come stand in the mines, you'll like it. Yoink. Yoink. Dead. So you don't have to cheese this by running into the corner. They kind of mildly fix that anyway, but just pull the ads in and kill them. That's it. If you turn into a skeleton, don't panic, but if you hold heavy attack, you'll do the death breath and it'll kill the skellies. What are the chances they'll actually fix Necro non-pet sort? Fix Necro and non... That, as vague as that is, and I know I'm going to regret this, explain what you really mean. Boing! Because if something is wrong that they don't know about, bear in mind, players might, but the devs might not. It always helps if people actually report it. I'd love to run Bright Floats and Burn Pirates on a dumb map, but max stats ain't where it's at anymore. I mean, it is, but not both of them. It's not a case of pairing them up. It's a case of pushing one or the other. At the same time as balancing out your ability to manage the resource that is lower. Get rid of all this stuff. Junk. More junk. Clunkiness. And lack of any utility of Necro. Pretty much bottom of the barrel in all content for almost a year after they gave major vulnerability to sets. So it's not that they lack utility, because they don't. They can apply all sorts of debuffs just like any other class can. Their individual class benefit, I will agree with you there. Major vulnerability was actually too high, since every other class has a minor. But they probably shouldn't have put a class bonus on sets. So we'll see what they do with that. However, as for the clunkiness, that's a learn to play issue for some, because it's about timing. So Blast Bones is actually pretty solid, but it's a case of getting the timing down. So it's usually like a light attack skill, light attack skill, hit, light attack skill, hit, or heavy cast. And you have to get the timing and the rhythm right. If you do that, you'll be fine. If not, then yeah, it does feel a little clunky. As far as Sork is concerned, what's wrong with the Sork? Sork is overpowered as fuck depending on how you play, pet or no pet. They have been for years. One of your arena guys in Veteran, her name is Magma Queen. Oh, the... Right, so you mean the Fire Demon. I thought you meant... Actually, no, you're correct. I thought you meant the Lava Queen. Ah! So if you put Vatran in the chat, the guide is there. So the trick to not having 1 million Banekins, or Scramps, whatever, is to kill them. If you don't kill them, the longer the fight goes on, the more you get. The side effect is you are being overwhelmed because you're ignoring them. So kill them. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to kill the boss because there's no DPS check, But if you are in there for longer, you will get more ads. It will get more tricky. Where the fuck did I get to? Did I read it all? I did. I caught up. Right. Let's do another one. Activity finder, dungeon finder. Actually, no. Do I want to swap characters? No. Bollocks to it. I'm not even going to do random. I'm going to do... Depths of Malatar. Let's finish with that. We haven't done that for a while. That is in. My brain has stopped. Over here? No. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's Gold Coast, isn't it? Dumbass. I need that. Lazy Sword rules. Yep. Most popular build in the world for sorcerers. Actual fact. So does Lazy Bones and Necro. Yep. Every single Necro build is absolutely fine. On the channel it is. That doesn't mean every single one that exists is, because you might have one that doesn't function very well. But the Harvester, Lich, Cultist, Malcolm, and Lazy Bones, and the Infinite Archive Lazy Bones on the channel are designed to be fully functioning in the content therefore. Papa Chicken Pie. There's a few. Where the fuck is the rest of them? By the way, people, you got one more day on Twitter for the 5,000 crown giveaway. And that is on any server before anyone asks what. Even this one. Yes, even that one. Any server. Gonna go to bed anytime soon. Sorry, going to bed soon anytime. Did you mean anyway? Your Samsung loves you today. Wee. Cake, by the way, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Malcolm is friggin' awesome. Yeah, it is. Boing. Especially in the Infinite Archive when you get tomfoolery. That's just cheating. DOM or maybe VDOM in the chat for the guide for Depths of Malatar if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, simply use the search button or search section on my YouTube page and put Depths and you'll find it, or Depths of Malatar and you'll find it. Maybe the mod will find it. Who knows? I have got commands for YouTube, but I haven't fully set them up yet. I had them years ago, but I've got to re-police the whole fucking thing. Boing. My English is sometimes good and my sometimes not. My mum came from Glasgow City. So your mum came from Glasgow. Fair. I'm also out of potions. Wait a minute. Don't have any in my bags. I know what you mean. Your typos are happening though. Ooh, I have got some. I can decipher it. I'm just making fun of it because whenever anyone typos, we blame the phone companies for making up words for us. Doesn't matter. It's DOM, isn't it? DOM. I knew that. This one's quite simple. Stay near the bloody tank. If you run away from the tank, you're a shit canoe. Don't be a shit canoe. Be a real one that floats. Basically, the tank is looking for the boss. If he finds the boss, he'll be suspended in mid-air and be hurt muchly in the face. When that happens, someone needs to interrupt. If you are in Gratwood and they are not, that person is going to die and it's your fault. These are easy. Just aggro them and carry on running. People can kill them in the back of the face if they want. He slowed me down a lot. DJ, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I think you're already here, actually. Said hi to you twice. Can't go around the back of there. It's going to be in the middle, isn't it? Of course it is. It's always in the fucking middle. It's not actually true. It's not always in the middle. Gotcha. See? Everyone's there. Interrupt. Happy days. Edgy. I saw the dude with cool shades then. Getting tired. You're good, dude. Let's go around. We've lost the Drea somehow. Gotcha. You are not close enough. Thank you. Don't stand there. Don't stand there. Don't stand there. Did a dungeon with a healer wearing Pillager's Prophet for science. It broke. Of course it broke it. That's not for science. It works. If you use stuff for a purpose, don't be surprised when it functions as intended. Not everything's broken, you know. Some things do work. Malcolm, I should specify. I'm aware. You decided to use it for ultimate for the group. Were you surprised when it gave ultimates to the group? How were you surprised? Did you not read it in the first place? That's what it does. It's like having a set that does fire damage and you're surprised that fire comes out. This one? That's Jeff with the cool shades. Yes, that one. I've read that one already. Soul doesn't scale from weapon and spell damage like most heals except for the Matriarch. It's always a base amount unless you crit. No, it does. There are heals that scale off. For the Sorcerer, the other heals are tied to passives, which is tied to the stats which increase your damage. So they are. There are some skills that are scaled differently if they are specific, but in general, healing skills do scale off the same as your damage ones do. You've said it as an absolute, but you're talking about something very, very, very specific. What are you referring to? I just wanted to see how much more ultimately everyone would get. You would get the same amount as it actually calculates. So how much you use versus how much it will give you based on that is what you will get. You will get what it says, Howland. Is it cool and you'll be surprised that it's cool? Yes. But it's quite obvious what it does if you read it. Example of a Sword Killer. That's a Sword Killer and it will heal fucking to death and back. As I hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks again for the YouTube Sorcerer videos in particular. You are most welcome and thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good day as well. Did you know it's the weekend of the day that will be named? It's not Monday. Sunday is actually a day I won't be streaming because that is when I get one level more experienced. True story. It's not a high elf. Thank you for co-piloting, DJ. Cake. I'll take it. Why am I not paying attention to ads? Come on. Why is he behind the thing? Read that already. Caught up. Excellent. So I'm reading two chats at the same time. For those that don't know, I'm on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously, reading two chats. And this is going to fall and kill us. Watch us all die. Don't worry, it won't. Unless someone's being stupid and doing this and trying to hug the edges and jumpy jump, it'll actually just land in the water. Question, if you die and get resurrected by necromancy, does that death still count towards a penalty for the score of the trials? Yes, it does, because you actually died. One level closer to CP. So is everyone, unless they're already over it. You got a shout out? Enjoy? I see we lost the room when I asked for further explanation in the other chat. Got it? Bear in mind, people, you can have discussions and be right or wrong in them and not have to leave because of it. However, if you're leaving because you're going to the pub, see you there soon, good excuse. Random Infinite Archive vision question. The vision that boosts poisons, that for the weapon poisons, or would it work for the poison glyph too? It does work for the poison glyph. 100% confirmed. It does. Which is weird that they would allow it to be for something very specific outside of the one that stacks anything. But it does stack with that. Which is really funny. So technically you can have fucking loads of them. I've used it on the Almost Immortal Warrior on stream. Because I couldn't have told me that earlier. I did try and tell you. I said it in your stream the other day, but I didn't want to backseat in your stream because I don't like when people do to me. It's rude. Like, hey, did you know? Yes, I know. Yeah, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. Yeah, but I already know. I thought Mike already knew. I just like those nasty brain sucker dudes. Those that are... And the clan fear. Other things I avoid at all costs in ESO. That boss, the first one in Depths of Malatar, that is actually a bit of a nightmare boss for lots of people. When Shimmer used to stream ESO, I remember watching her first experience in there, and it was fucking priceless. She's just screaming around the room, terrified by it. It's fucking brilliant. Thanks, added poisons because I wasn't sure, but all good to know. Yeah, it works with the actual glyph, which is why it's on the builds that are in there. They're terrible. Yeah, they're supposed to be quite scary. Although, to be fair, they hit home with the horror stuff with Necrom more than they did this particular dungeon. But that is probably one of the creepier bosses. By the way, if you didn't already know, these watchers need to be grabbed instantly by the tank. They will wreck a tank, let alone the group. So they are priority targets. If you don't have the Watcher taunted and you're a tank, you're wrong. Oops. I'm trying to loot stuff. I can't. I keep jumping. If I could skip the first boss, the rest of the dungeon, I don't mind. You just got to stay together. If you stay together, you'll get the interrupt. If you don't, then people will die very quickly. I have not seen this boss for a long time, apart from Infinite Archive.
And buried them with our tears.
25% increments on this boss. The lower the health goes, ish, depending on your burn. The Watchers will come in the room. You got to kill them, or at least control them. There'll be 3 throughout the fight. Pay attention. That one there, mine. And there'll be another one in a minute. There are actually 4 in the room, but you'll end up with 3. Where's he gone? That one? And the third one. Mascast, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. That fight can be quite simple. Basically, stay out of stupid, watch out for the big heavy, and grab the Watchers and kill them. But it's very easy to fuck that up. Boing. No, we don't. I hate negate bubbles in here. They're horrible. That one's CC to fuck. Why are you not following me? Come here. Thank you, Lana. That was brilliant, actually. One got loose, so he brought it to the tank. That is what you should do. If ever there is something that goes wrong and an ad fucks off somewhere and starts chasing a DPS or a healer, don't expect the tank to drop everything they're doing to save you. Oh, help me, save me. They're not going to do it. Because it fucks up the rest of the room. Bring that to the tank and it's easier for them to take it off you. They might be in range of a range taunt, which is fine, but running away makes it 10 times more difficult. Most things in glyphs are on timers. Yes, they are. But obviously you can alter that depending on your trait for your weapon and certain sets. I'll do a fire percentage of a glyph alter. No. So they are guaranteed to fire on 3 conditions. A light attack, a heavy attack, or a weapon skill activation. However, there is a slight twist to that with very, very specific skills. So I'll explain why they did that and I'll explain how it works. Basically, it was way too easy to have stuff like poison injection on a target and every single tick of damage it reapplies an infused buffed fucking glyph. That was way too easy. So that doesn't apply. What happens is on initial cast, it will apply if it is off its cooldown. But weapon skills that are area of effect damage over time will constantly fire the glyph on cooldown because it's a different style of play. Poison injection is fire and forget. It doesn't matter how far away the target gets, that glyph could still technically kill them while you're nowhere near them. They removed that a long time ago. They've made it so now that the risk versus reward, like if someone moves out of your wall of elements, you have to reapply it to be able to gain that benefit again. So they did allow wall of elements, stampede, deadly cloak, and volley to be able to fire the glyph on cooldown because, again, if the target moves out of it or moves away from you, then you are going to have to recast it and it's going to cost you more. Single target damage over time weapon abilities do not reapply your glyph. They only do it on activation. So weapon skills, light attacks, or heavy attacks on activation will fire a glyph if it's off its cooldown. Ground or area of effect based damage over time weapon skills will consistently fire them. That is why you tend to see people using volley or wall of elements on a back bar because they can consistently keep up a glyph without having to constantly swap all the time. D10 and Infinite Archive bosses and fucking Gothmouth. He's not called that. He's not called that. Jason, he's called fucking McForearms. But to keep it clean on Twitter, they had to use his real name. Or his fake name. It's his Spider-Man name. M2OP. Love it. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Shit, wrong button. Did you Did you the Zoss post today? I retweeted it. How did you see the post and follow me and not see that I reposted it? I don't think you Twitter enough. Yeah, of course I saw it. That's what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. That's why I said there's 1.5 million hours in the Infinite Archive already, and I'm pretty sure over the period of the last month, those 1 million hours at least are mine. And that is exactly how maths works. Don't let anyone tell you any different. They're wrong. Excuse me. Wrong button. So this boss, while it looks crazy, it's quite straightforward. You hit the orb in the middle, and then a minion will come out. And one of the orbs will be in the room, and you have to get rid of it. Different colors have different effects. Then, once you've got rid of it, and then push the orb down to invulnerable, you need to kill the ads. You technically can kill them beforehand, but they constantly heal if that orb is present. So, get the health down, hit the ad, then you go into the next phase. Phase 1 is 1 ad, phase 2 is 2 ads, phase 3 is 3, and you guessed it, phase 4 is 4. But, again, if you get the orb down first, then you don't have to worry about them healing. As you can see, they're melting. Purple is lightning AoEs. Blue is frost pillars. Red is fireballs. And yellow is a healing debuffy Jesus beamy thing. And light attacks into rotation on non-heavy attacks builds is good because it fires glyphs. Not just that, it also allows you to add damage inside the gap of the global cooldown between the skills. Mass, if you put beginner in the chat, there's a guide there. Where the thumbnail is Weave Like a Pro, and I basically teach you about light and heavy attack weaving to the point where I teach you how to guarantee 100% never fail global cooldown on heavy attacks because they can be fully controlled and animation cancelled by taking advantage of base game mechanics, i.e. queuing up a skill during something else. So for example, this heavy here, oops, what the fuck happened there? This heavy here doesn't actually stop when the whole animation stops. It stops before then. But if you cast a skill while holding it, it will apply the heavy and its connect effect and the skill at the same time. So it will time it perfectly for you. But it's in the video anyway. This skill, I can't spam any faster than that. This light attack, I can't spam any faster than that. It won't go any quicker. No matter how quick I press the button, it won't go any faster. But if you skill, then light, and then skill, and then light again, they are on separate cooldowns. So if you wanted to, you could go light skill, light skill, light skill. You can't see it, but you can hear it. I run out of magic. But you get the idea. One. That rhythm there. Listen. Can you hear it? You'll hear the light attack, but you won't see it. It's because the animation is being stopped, but it's an insta ability. So any insta ability applies straight away. It's just got some wavy shapes at the same time. So light attacks and heavy attacks are on different global cooldowns to skills. So that's why you go one and the other, one and the other, one and the other. And if you can time it perfectly, you don't waste any time and you can increase your DPS. But heavies, like this one, heavy, and I've already cast a skill. You see it stops halfway through. I haven't let go of the button. Look, I won't let go of this button. Heavy, and it will just hit for me whenever it's ready. What I'm doing is queuing up a skill during the heavy. That's a lot easier to see on a longer duration heavy attack, like a lightning staff or a resto, but it's all in the video anyway. Beginner Guides Mega, I'm so glad I made them help me a ton. Thank you very much. Beginner Guides is linked on Twitch and YouTube, by the way. There's a lot of bits of information like that are designed to help large groups of people understand the basics, but getting them out there to the right people is quite difficult amongst all the fucking dramatic stuff that happens on YouTube all the time. People search for drama more than they do anything else, so the guides sometimes get a bit swallowed up. But they are still there. They're not going anywhere. They are searchable and usable, so you can always go back to them or find them if you've never seen them before. And like some people that say stupid shit and then delete their videos and it never happened. Everything's archived. Check it out. No problem. I demonstrate it a lot simpler in the video. It's a bit fast-paced on stream. I'll actually do it before I go. I'll go on to Lazy Sork and show you. So everyone can learn at the same time. Also, make sure you watch a video anyway, because I get paid for that. Make sure you watch the advert. It's probably shit. Don't watch the advert. This fight is quite simple, but people make a fucking mess of it. You have 4 ranged targets, and you have to understand range manipulation in order to place them where you want. Now, if you stack them all together, you can take advantage of area of effect damage, and you can get them all down roughly the same time, or at least at a decent pace together. If you focus on one target, the other 3 are still going to be alive when he teleports, and you might end up staggering multiples and stacking them, and you end up with, instead of 4, you end up with 8 or worse. So it's on the tank. So this dude over here is going to be taunted first of all. He's actually the main target. Get him. I'll taunt you, and you, and you. Now, where I stand in the room is going to crisscross them about a little bit. He's in there. That's where I want him. You need to come over here. And matey boy over there is coming over here as well. And now they're perfectly stacked. Within reason. I think it'll be a bit better, actually. I need to go backwards over here. Now, I haven't run around the room aimlessly. I've gone out of their range, each one individually, got to micromanage a bit, to make them walk to me. Any target that can see you within 28 meters that is a ranged target won't come to you. You have to make sure that you are out of their range to force them to come in. That one over there. Now, obviously, if they can be pulled, that's a different story entirely. You can just place them easily. If they can't be, you need to work like this. Come on, come on, come on. Beautiful. That makes both of them go down evenly, and the shadows go away. Hit IA hard, and after the most educated advice to do well that I've seen. I do? You mean I don't just offer you that 5 best tips in the Endless Archive, which is broad as fuck? Nice. Thank you, Jason. Much appreciated. I know. It's trendy to do that on the internet. Fair enough. I get it. But, I want to offer at least some value in the video that will help multiple people rather than just the 2 that assume that the same things happen every time, because it really doesn't. Happy sack? Is that what the heavy sack is called? That's Internet 101 though, isn't it? Even if you look up what's your, I don't know, you look up your favorite car, and it'll be 5 reasons why you shouldn't get this car. 5 reasons why you shouldn't kick a dog. All those types of things. They bite, by the way. Don't do that. And it's horrible. Don't be a prick. But you don't need 5 reasons for that. Just don't do it. It happens. That's what people expect now. They expect a short to be 30 seconds long so they can skip 25 seconds of it. And they expect everything to be complete absolute. I'm aware of it, but I do want to make sure people actually understand things. So I'll take the rough with the smooth on that one. I know some people are going to skip it, and they just don't get to find out stuff. They bite, by the way. They do. We're doing hard mode, so I don't give a fuck. Don't be dead. Last phase is quite simple. If you don't kill the orbs, you're fucked. This is pippin' it is. Oh dear, let's go. Circle around the boss, find a place to stand. TikTok brain is widespread at this point. It is. That's what the internet does. But you be involved in that as your job for a living, and then understand that as a reality and perspective. It's fucking crazy. Things like that are a tool and a curse. Whee! It's the side comments and subtle jokes that crack me up the most. I laugh so much during your streams. Good! Did I read that already? Yes, I did. Oh, good. People are tagging each other. That makes things so much easier. Purple one does lightning. Get rid of him as soon as fucking possible. Blue one, icy stuff. Not too much of a problem. Stab him anyway. Red one, I'm glad the whole group has gone after the red one. That helps. And the yellow one needs to be killed as well. Everyone avoided the purple one. You two have got enough DPS to take one each. You might as well just split up. Fail. You've got Jesus Beam and Lightning. You have to have a TikTok brain adjacent, I suppose, to be able to capitalize on it. Pretty much. It's very different perspective-wise for a creator versus a consumer. Very different. And you have to know your audience, basically. Ting, 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 ting. Look. Oh, I didn't get to show you. So, in the Infinite Archive, there is a guide for this boss in there, obviously. It's for all the bosses. But this one in particular has a slightly different effect. So when he puts that Jesus beam on you that you can't actually hide away from, and it will pop and it will stun you, if he has other negative effects on him because you didn't kill the minions, he will actually fire them all at once. And on the spot that you're standing on. So just before the Jesus beam pops, dodge roll. You won't avoid the Jesus beam, but you will put yourself in a safer position versus where he was about to fire all his junk. One person on the internet decided to be crude about that. Stop it. That's naughty. How big is the game now? Versus what? If I say massive, does that count? Haven't played in a while. I think I'm going to need a new hard drive. Oh, you mean physical size? Like 70 gig-ish, like 66 or so a while back. Now it's a bit more. They introduced new methods of kind of stacking the DLCs and chapters and stuff. Obviously, they will take up their own space, but before it used to be added on top, added on top, added on top. Now, if they introduce a new patch, they will add it on top of the game. Obviously, any extra files that are needed, but they'll overwrite the old ones. So it will say it requires more than it actually does, just because it needs to kind of preempt that space. I think before, when it was about 114 gig or something, they got it down to about 66, but it's going to be higher now because I've had more chapters since. But there used to be everything stacked on top of each other. Now it's a kind of stack it on top and delete and overwrite the files that are being reworked. So, for example, if this boss was completely altered, not completely altered, if this boss had loads and loads of fixes, let's say, if it was full of bugs, which it's not, but if it was, I just walked into a wall. I need to type this because they're not doing it. Let me get my words out. If this was full of bugs and they added a patch on top to fix everything, it would overwrite the old ones, whereas a long time ago it used to add on top. You actually ruined that yourselves, unfortunately, because you didn't kill the orbs. That's the side effect. If you don't kill them, you're fucked. Ah, I didn't press the button. You're gonna have to wipe. Oh, no, you don't. Has he started? What the fuck is he doing? Raw, my swords are out. No, they're not. They are. They're not. What the fuck? Oh, well, no wipe. Just download it. It was 101. Yep. And then once you've got everything installed and everything, it doesn't need anywhere near as much. It depends on the platform as well. Just came back after 2 years, H's. I feel like they've done a great job optimizing a lot of things since. They have. They've done a hell of a lot. But they did tell everyone they got a 3-year roadmap. We're now at the end of that 3-year roadmap, and then they can start adding stuff on top outside of the iron that they've done for that long. They did pre-warn us that it would be 12 patches worth of that, but just people didn't listen. They were too busy listening to complainers on Facebook, thinking that they hold any validation or weight whatsoever towards game development and how it works. Backseat devs are the worst for that shit. They offered a promise and they stuck to it. Now it's just a case of kind of moving on from there. I know, people are like, what about Cyrodiil? Well, first of all, Cyrodiil has had updates. We've had new hardware introduced as well, which did make a big difference. And secondly, or thirdly, or fifthly, they've been running open tests on Cyrodiil without saying what they're testing, and people haven't picked it up. When they put a post out saying, everyone in Cyrodiil for this weekend is going to get double XP because we are running optimization tests and checks. And people go, yeah, they never do anything. They're doing it right now. Now, obviously not right now, but when they did it. Orb has to die. Kill it. That happened. That was like a mail that went out that everybody got, and everybody knew it was a thing, and nobody paid attention to what it actually meant. It meant no spoilers, but shit's happening. Hey, guys. Neverani, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, he's got Jesus Beam and the ice. Doesn't matter. He's going to die. Thanks. No worries, dude. You're welcome. He's on Ninja Stein. How you doing? Welcome. You gotta kill the thing. Kill the thing. You're panicking too much. Don't panic. It's fine. You're gonna Jeebus beam me. He's not. Whee! I think Conan Exiles did that recently as well. They had a different way of applying their patches. It says you need like 120, but in actual fact, it only takes 70. It's just to kind of... Because their system has changed, but the requirement for it, as far as receiving it, isn't. Why am I getting an alert for Streamlabs? Do I really want to be messing around with widgets right now while everything is already set? No, go away. Want to stream from Xbox without using the capture card? No, I'll use the capture card. That's how I do my job. Love that. You're streaming, you're live, OBS knows it, and they give you alerts while you're live. Oh my god, everyone just ran into the wall. Everyone over there is in the wall. That is not good. What the actual fuck? That's lemmings, that is. Why did you do that? Don't do that. That's how you get dead. I need to get a block ulti, otherwise I'm in trouble. Right. Pray for me. This is going to fucking hurt. The wall's going to get me. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oof. Got away with that. I don't know who I got up. Haven't got a fucking clue. Now I've got 2 orbs in the room. Problem. The mightier Drea. That really hurt. Oh, shit. The walls. Don't be dead, Drea. You got this.
I need a champion, and you've
Who was that?
got the job!
Thank you very much indeed for the YouTube membership. You're an absolute legend. Don't let anyone tell you any different. They are so wrong. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you very much. That's basically like a Twitch sub, by the way, people. Except YouTube. Absolute legend. I keep forgetting I've added that sound to it like years ago. Welcome indeed. You have emotes, by the way, and on YouTube, you can't just use them in stream. You can use them in comment sections. How cool is that? Next block OT, I'm going to res the healer. Oh, yeah, I'm in trouble. I turned around, and there was a wall there. My bad. Gold wall bad, not going to lie. You don't need to lie. That's a fact. Make that bad thing die. Ah, I wasn't focusing. All of you don't need to be in the corner. You have range. Use it. Boing! I'm nearly out of potions. Damn it. Welcome to the club, indeed. So Twitch has subs, which you can buy or gift, and YouTube has memberships, which you can buy or gift. The gifting of memberships is very new, though. They only did that just before Christmas. Let's try that again without being dead. Can't believe everyone died in the same spot. That was unfortunate. Did you press it? No. So walk around the wall. Make sure you focus the orbs, not the boss, and don't be dead. Bear in mind, people. What the fuck was that? You want to try this?
I need a champion, and you've got the job!
I thought you already were a member. I mean, I'll take it, Slayer Demon. Thank you very much indeed. Massively appreciated. I thought you already were. I've been gone from ESO for 3 years, making my way back. Enjoy it. It's fucking mega. Walk around the walls. Kill the orbs. The boss doesn't have a DPS check. If someone on the internet tried to tell you that it does, they're full of shit. Let's go. The only risk for having lower DPS is that you will have orbs overlapping. So your survival needs to be intact. Outside of that, there's no actual check for the boss. Those, however, they do have one. If you don't kill them before they get to the other side of the room, you're going to get squashed. As you can see, it's already nearly dead. It's not so bad. This mechanic is so easy. Watch this. Watch me let go of block. Ready? Nothing happens. I'm not advising you to let go of block. I'm advising you to pay attention to the circle. If you gently step out of it, he won't chase you. But if you move out really fast, then you've moved too far and he does chase. It's me on YouTube. I know it's you on YouTube. You forget I know who people are. That is also part of the job. Someone kill the lightning one, please. That one's going to hurt. It's dying. I'll kill it. Oh, I did die. I went to bash it. Don't be dead, right? I actually walked straight into a wall, but there was a lot to do. Which of almost all more warrior gear setups is your go-to, looking to maybe change your setup? I don't have a go-to. I have a situational change depending on what I'm with in the group. Generally speaking, the all-rounder would be the one with the Winter's Respite, but it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Depends what your group already has and what they need. That's why there's multiple versions. Too bad you play on console. I need you in my ESO life. You're nice and wrong at the same time. Because I don't just play on console. I play on every single platform. In fact, my build videos are done on PC. Every single platform, every single server. You'll see me mostly on my main server, which is actually this one. Second main is PCEU, though. In fact, that was the first server I was on. Ooh, yeah, see? And somebody over there having a fucking go at me on YouTube because apparently it's not fair that I make my build videos on PC, because what about console people? Well, I'm making it on PC with console UI with Xbox buttons with a PlayStation controller. So I'm doing all of them in one video, so shut up. That's when I played in March 2021, so I'm sure everything is different. There is a lot of different stuff, yes, but it's all for the better, dude. There's been a lot of very, very good changes and additions. I need to get away from these walls. There's a gap. Stab. That's it. Walk around them, kill the orbs, hit the boss, don't stand on me. You don't want to be standing where I'm standing, because, you see, that happens. Beautiful. I can't get Fletch because I'm nowhere near her. Get it, Adrea. The mighty Adrea has spoken. You mean PCEU? Nice. My first ever server was that. If you don't count whatever the fuck beta was. But that's irrelevant now anyway, because beta is a completely different game. Nice res. Uh-oh, wall. Orb needs to die. I'm out of potions. Rip. Wookiees. This is not a good place to stand. Don't be dead, Adrea. You were doing so well. I'm actually out of juice. Someone throw me a spear or something. Actually, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll just heavy attack. He's got gaps in his mechanics anyway, as all bosses do. No, Adrea! Poor Adrea. I'm gonna go get him. No, I'm not. There's a wall in the way. I might be able to get him. Nope. Everyone else just ran past him. Rip. Nearly. There's no bubbles. Bubble, please.
Bubble! I love the bubble!
Oh, I was gonna res him. I'm still gonna res him. Watch me. Oh, he's up. Nice. Dramatic. I never played beta, started in early 2014. I mean, that was the same sort of time. It wasn't far from that. Jesus Beam. Bubble. You don't want to get caught by that. That will hurt you muchly. Don't be dead. Don't get execute panic. Just because the health is low doesn't mean you need to change what you're doing. I'm stuck. Ooh, that was risky. 25k health. Get it down. Nice. What my GM did and have told me about it. So it's nice to know about it, but it's not really important. I mean, it's a different game. You meant 2016? Oh, you see, started like 2 years after it came out. Even then, different game. During 2016, I think it was during that time, was when the One Tower was kind of transitioning, if you like, from the base game that you knew then into the base mechanics that we have now, including the scaling of how the bosses and you work in content. You've missed a lot. A lot. If you stopped in 2021. 3 chapters almost. GG Ninjas. That was mega. Well done. The finish was good. Meridia doesn't play her champion as mechanics. No, she doesn't. VR to champion. Best thing ever happened. One Tamriel? Yeah, definitely. I am going to show you, first of all, beer and cake in the chat for the mighty Adrea and the full functioning Wi-Fi Fless and Lena. I'm going to show you something. for those that haven't watched the video already, obviously please do go watch the video because I need to make sure people watch that in order to earn a living. But while we're here anyway, I'm going to show you a thing. Remember pre-CP vet ranks, awesome times. They were good times. You can't deny that at all. Farm face will do. Now this works for every single instant skill and every single weapon in the game. They just look different. So bear that in mind before I demonstrate. Congrats, GG's. I'm going to press ninjas. Let's go to a house. Don't need to go to a house. I could do it here, but we'll go to a house anyway just because we can. Someone's asking about light and heavy attack even earlier. So, first of all, read your skills. If you want to understand this as a concept and you want to apply it, you need to read your skills. Because if you don't, you aren't going to know how they function, and you're going to get stuck trying to bar swap or be on a bar or whatever it is you're trying to do in your rotations. So, first of all, I'm going to take off the one ring because that locks my bar. I don't want the bar to be locked right now because I want to demonstrate things. So, wall of elements on the back for the purpose of demonstration. Ice stuff, doesn't matter what it is. Sure. And skills, we'll put wall of elements there too. Beautiful. So, if you light attack, you can only go so fast. Okay, you can't go any faster than that. There's a global cooldown. There's a gap between the two. Time, there's a gap. Same with skills. That's an instacast skill. You know that because when you read the skill, it says instant at the top, where cast time is. Instant means the second you press it, it applies. But your character might have some visual effects that wave around a bit. Animation cancel is when you still apply the instant skill, so you haven't gained anything from that, but you stop the motion that they're doing. You stop them doing their dance. That's all. So what you can do is you have to consider that that can only be cast at that speed. Can't go any faster. Doesn't matter how quick you press it, you can't go any faster. They're separate. Light attack and skills have two separate gaps to fill, and they can fill each other's global cooldowns. So, light attack and skill, rather than just spamming skill or just spamming light. The way to do that is to, as the light attack has left your button, so instant, you apply the skill. Like this. The light attack will be slightly cut off the visual animation, but the skill is still instant and still applied. And that rhythm is what you need to apply with any instacast skill in the game, whether it's a heal, a damage shield, a damage skill, or a buff. Light skill, light skill, light skill. So it's light skill, stop, light skill, stop, light skill, stop. And when it comes to bar swapping, same applies. You can apply the skill, but because it's instant, it's already there. That wave of the wand, or wave of the staff, is just fluff. You've already done your job. So if you bar swap, as soon as you've pressed it, you'll swap bars. Same applies to any instacast skill. Now if you put it all together, and you go light attack, skill, bar swap, and you take advantage of the global cooldowns with each one, because they're all separate, it will look like this. And on the reverse, they're all fired. The light, the skill, and the swap. Finally, the heavy attack. This is the simplest one in the game, and you don't need too much practice for this because it is literally default. That target there. Lots of people try to do this. They try to heavy, and then when it's finished, they put a skill down. And then they heavy, and they put a skill down. That's wrong. Because the heavy attack can be cut off, just like a light attack can. So the light attack itself can be cut off by a skill, or a swap, or a bash, or a block. Anything that is a different cooldown. The heavy can have a skill queued up while it is channeling. So you can hold this button here and press a skill. So I'm going to not let go of this button here. I'm not going to let go of it. And I'll press the button for the skill with the other hand. Ready? So I'm going to hold on to that and it will constantly channel a heavy attack. It will keep going over and over and over and over and over. And if I activate a skill mid-heavy without letting go, I've already done it. I've already done it again. I've already done it again. What it will do is it will fire that skill when the game is ready to say that heavy attack is finished. And it will reapply the new heavy on perfect cooldown. So you will never have to worry about the timing between your heavy and your skill. If you preempt that, hold the heavy indefinitely, and cast the skill you want to during the channel. Same with the damage shield. If I want a damage shield after the pop, all I have to do is hold on to this heavy without letting go. See, not letting go. Press damage shield now. And it fires for me. And to show you the top of the controller, watch. Ready? Full heavy. Pressed it. Pressed it again. Oh, missed it that time. Just press the button. Halfway through. You don't have to let go. It will fire for you. And if you look at the skills on the bottom there, you can see that it pushes itself in. Button press. You can tell when I've actually pressed it. And that works again with any instacast skill. So don't cut your heavy attack off if you don't need to. Don't sit there and wait for the channel to completely pop, wait, and then skill. Activate the skill you want during the heavy and don't let go of the heavy attack. Again, that is in the video. That is for the light attacks and the heavies. They all count. It's all there. It's probably in better detail in the video, but read your skills. If they say instacast, that will work for them. If it says channel, it will still fire it, but obviously your heavy is going to have to wait. One more thing, if you're using a channeled skill. Do I have any? Yes, I do. That's a 1 second cast time. That'll work. So this here. That is a cast time. If I cut that off, it won't give me the benefit. Because it's not insta-cast. If I cut off the animation, that is part of the duration of the skill. That is the cast time. So you have to go through the whole thing before you get the benefit. You see there, that was a heal. But if I stop it with a block, or a bash, or I tried to do anything else, or bar swap, you can't bar swap. It won't do it. Watch. I'll cast it and try and swap. Can't. Now I'll try something else and try and swap. Aha. Instacast and channel are different. Also, while blocking, that is a cast time ability. I have to be doing nothing in order for that to do a full cast. So you cannot block cancel that skill. See? It turns my block off. We'll finish this with block cancelling. Anything that is an instacast ability doesn't interact with your blocking or your other skills. So if you are holding block and it definitely says instant, you can cast it without taking your block off. Hold block. Does that make sense? Everybody get it? It's in the video. Put beginner in the chat. There's a guide there. Look for the thumbnail that says weave like a pro. Everything in there is all you need to know. Can you show it works with Crush and Shock? I used it on Nightblade. I just explained it a moment ago. We're not going to go through everything. This is a quick explanation before I leave the stream. Instant cast abilities, including Crush and Shock, work exactly the same as this. It's identical. And that is the divider, the channel time, or instant. Any skill in the game, buff, heal, or damage, if it's insta-cast, you apply it exactly the same. The visual wavy wizardy stuff that it does is 152,000% irrelevant. It doesn't matter what the visual looks like. If it's insta-cast, that is how you apply it. With any weapon and any skill. Even dual wield, even on a Nightblade. Anyway, hopefully that helps. I have to go. Beginner in the chat if you want that full guide. The video is there. You can rewatch it as many times as you want, or you can just clip this and go round and round in circles. If you're not following on Twitch, hit the button, go over YouTube, hit sub. Thank you very much for the bits. Thank you for the stream, and good night, and I'm out. Dark, you're a legend. Thank you very much for those bits. We almost hit the goal as well. If you're not subbing on YouTube, hit that button while you're there, and then come over here to Twitch and follow here. Share the stuff and things with your friends. Put socials in the chat for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the website zoneofgaming.com, Throne, Buy Me a Coffee, and Patreon. Patreon is the biggest platform that I have for support outside of obviously the live streams and YouTube. So if you do want to spend money on stuff and get perks, including access to the private Discord channel, go over there. Fuck, what else have I got to say? I've forgotten. There was another thing I was going to drop in the chat. Fuck it, we're going to do a raid. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.